Hi, everybody.
Hello.
What up?
Welcome to a Hot Takes episode of What's the Diff, where we bring a few topics and let loose our opinions when we are down a man. I'm hot as balls, Josh. With
Yeah.
me today is cool as a cucumber, Cully.
That's right, baby.
And joining us today is a special guest, the original Burning Man, Ian.
Hell
What
yeah.
up?
It's really hot lately.
It is hot.
It's like 90. Sucks.
Have an opinion on something we've already discussed? Want to hear one of your topics debated? You can connect with us using all of our links at what'sthediff.net. Leave us a voicemail at 802-884-3553 or send a voice clip to us at hellowhat'sthediff@gmail.com.
You should do it. Do it.
Do
right
it.
now. You're listening to the podcast? Do it. Just don't even think about it. Just
Don't
do
even pause. Just do
Yeah.
it. Just
listen to us from the background. So when we get this voicemail, it'll be so fucking confusing.
we'll be so confused.
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on?
Wait, hold on. There's people in the background just saying, "Do it.
Who the
do
hell?
it.
Do it. Do it.
Do it."
All right. That's the end of the podcast.
All right, that's it. Thanks for
Peace out,
listening,
guys.
All right. Thanks for having us, Ian.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, you know what? I want to go first. I want to do it. I
Well,
want to be the first one.
Fine.
Do the thing.
Let's
do it.
see.
Teach us.
Well, this one's we're not going to start too spicy, so I'm gonna say my
Okay.
not spicy
Okay.
hot take here. People who call others babies for not liking a certain food suck.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
It's
They're
just like
immature. They're naive. Naivete.
naivete.
Well, what's your example? What do you I feel like someone has hurt you and this is what brought this up.
I mean, yes, it's probably well known at this point that I am a picky eater, but what people don't know is that I used to be a very picky eater. So over time, I've gotten much better. It's not that much better, but it's much better.
How picky we talking? Because like my sister would only eat butter and noodles.
I invented the cheesy bun.
What the fuck is that? What the hell is that? Cheesy bun?
You just get a hamburger bun, put a slice of American cheese on it, put some ketchup on it, and then put it in the microwave.
Oh,
Cheesy
Josh.
bun.
You've
Hot
grown
dog.
so much. I'm so proud of you.
When I was growing up, I think for a week straight, when I was like 2, the only thing that I would eat was McDonald's French fries.
Okay.
I kind of went through a zone like that.
That's nutritional.
I mean, 2-year-old, that kind of, I guess, makes sense. They can be a little picky. And when you're, I was the third. I was the baby.
Yeah.
And so my parents with already 2 young kids and then this toddler that's screaming for Mickey Donald's. It's like,
McDonald's.
all right, fine. Here you go.
Small child needs salt. Salt potato. You're like, fucking fine. You just stop.
But like, I don't know, you just like see online a lot, people will just be like, oh, you don't like tomatoes? Okay, do you want a Happy Meal? It's like,
no.
they're just like, oh, you're a child for not liking this thing. And it's like, I don't know, I feel like we've gone to a point where we know what we like
Yeah.
to eat.
Yeah.
And if we just really don't like something, is it bad that we don't like it?
I
No.
mean, I am also pretty picky, so I feel that like sometimes I'll like pick veggies and shit out of my food at work or at home, and Tara gives me so much shit, and I'm just like, I'm trying my best, bro. Like, I just learned how to enjoy like onions and shit,
Okay.
and that's like a big thing for me. But
God,
I don't
love
know,
onions.
being picky sucks, dude.
Yeah.
And you're actually treated like a fucking baby. Like, I'm just doing my best.
Just eat it. It's good for you. And I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
sure it is.
No, I
but
know it is,
I don't want to
like-
gag.
Yeah, that's the thing for me is for whatever reason I know the reason. I had a really bad experience with mushrooms one time. Not like I mean,
Oh, did you?
we can talk about that later. But when I was young, like I think I was like sick and like ate Little Caesars had like these like slices things where you could just get a slice of pizza for lunch, and I was sick out of school, and I was like, oh well, I would like a slice, and I got one that had like a mushroom in it or something, and I wasn't expecting it, and like I bit into it and made like this weird
Oh, the
crunch.
texture and shit.
Yeah, and I just like immediately threw up,
That's
and
rough.
so like my mind just associates mushroom with like throwing up, and so people have actually tried to like put mushrooms into food and not tell me.
Yeah.
And it's like
Bastards.
I like looking at it. I'm just like, what's in here? And they're like tell me all the ingredients, and I'm like, and they're
It's
like,
kind of like bullying.
and mushrooms.
Like, leave me alone.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like if someone
don't
with
like mushrooms.
like someone that had like celiac, if they're like, oh yeah, I can't have gluten, it will kill me. People are like, breadcrumbs,
Yeah.
What a bitch.
little baby.
What do you get? Anaphylactic shock? Fucking pussy.
I had a experience like that. So when I grew up, I went to Catholic school.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, I know you did too. I've heard all about it. And I was vegetarian for like a long time. And so all they would serve us is like white bread with cheese, just a regular cheese sandwich, and these canned green beans. And I remember the nuns like made me eat the green beans, even though I was like super picky, and I threw up at school, and I can't fuck with them
Damn.
at all. That shit's so whack, dude.
Here's a hot take. I fucking love those green beans.
The canned ones?
The canned ones.
Dude, that's
They for some reason in Catholic school, I was like the only one that would eat the green beans.
you could have had mine, bro.
There were so many people that's just like, I don't fucking want these, and I'm like, give them
It's
to me.
like mush.
Oh, I don't know why, but it is so good.
I don't think to this day I could eat one without like at least gagging.
Oh man.
And I think I was probably like 5 or 6, and that shit's like burnt into my memory
Yeah.
to this day. Horrible experience.
Oh, that is such a delightful flavor.
I'm just imagining the nuns just like you throwing up, and they're just like, well, now you really have to eat them. Like you already.
There's me in
Like-
the corner and be like, just keep them coming, dude. I'll eat them all. I used to get
Leave me
extra
alone.
scoops.
That's
The ladies would know me and they give me like extra scoops because
They're like, "Here you
fucking
go."
nobody wanted green beans. I'm like, give me the tray. I'll eat the whole thing. I don't care. That's so funny. I'm sorry that they hurt you.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I'll eat your green beans. So.
Okay. I'll make sure next time if I have them, which I won't.
Yeah.
I used to be weird about green beans. I would only eat them if I could open them up and take the seeds out.
That's
The
interesting.
bean
I don't know
part?
why. Like for whatever reason, it made me feel better to take the seed out.
I used to do it with peas, like not sugar snap peas.
Mm.
I would always crack. We grew them, so I'd crack them, eat the peas out, and then, well, no, my sister would eat the pea part, but I would eat the shell.
Oh,
And she was like, "Oh,
Interesting.
that's like the worst part." I'm like, "You're an idiot. It's the sweetest part. It's the best fucking part. It's crunchy and awesome."
yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like you should just if you really don't like something, people really shouldn't dog on you. I mean, there is like you do need to be able to get a certain amount of nutrition.
Yeah.
And so people that are like, I eat no vegetables. It's like, okay, well,
How are you alive?
how are you alive? If you're not eating vegetables, you have to supplement this in some way.
Yeah. How's
Like-
your cholesterol doing there, buddy?
It's so high.
I
My
feel
heart hurts when it pumps.
Yeah, actually.
Like, Jesus.
I feel like it is kind of important to be like pushed into eating some of the foods you dislike, just
Yeah.
because then you like learn to like them.
Mm.
But I feel like when it's like it's different when it's an adult your age pushing it
Yeah.
and like actually just fuck off. Like I don't need your input. I'll eat whatever I want, and that
I'm
could be.
I'm grown.
I just
know.
want pizza.
Yeah. I'm grown. I know what I want.
Yeah, like I'm still alive.
Yeah.
Still functioning, still doing the things I like to do.
Oh.
I made it this far, man. I don't need no vegetables.
I can do the important things. I can go to sleep. I can go to work. I can poop. That's all I need to do.
That's it. That's a full day.
So you don't piss?
Never,
No, it's a waste of time.
No, I just sweat profusely.
all the
Jesus
time, even when it's cold.
I agree. Although, how do I put this? Well, I used to like when I was younger. I knew what I liked and didn't like
Yeah.
right away. And then growing up, I just was like, "Oh, I assume I don't know, or I assume I don't like these things still."
Mm.
But I have tried some shit in my adult days, and I'm like, "Yep, don't like it." So you should go back every once in a while. If there's something from your childhood that you know you don't like for me, it was like I don't like salmon, like seafood stuff.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I just don't like it. I don't know why.
Mhm.
But I've gone back in my older days and tried it. I'm like, all right, I get it though. I
Yeah.
get it. It's not my thing, but I get it.
If you can make that like adult choice to dislike it, I think that's fair, and
Yeah.
you shouldn't
Yeah.
be made fun of for that. But I don't know. I suppose I should try like those canned green beans again as an adult, but
Well,
Yeah.
it won't be a waste.
yeah, that's true. I'll just hit you up. You
There
can
you
come
go.
over. I'm like, yeah, I still don't like them.
They're all yours, Cully.
Sick free beans.
Yeah. Is there even like a good way to prepare canned green beans? Like,
No.
Warm them up, salt and pepper.
Regular green beans are fine. Like in the oven, I love them. I could eat them
Yeah.
every single day. It's just like, feel like when you eat them, it's like mush. Like they fall apart. Yeah. It's just not meant to be eaten. Except for you.
By anybody else except for me is what you meant to say. Yeah. Oh, I love them a lot. God, you got me thinking about those green beans.
well,
Shall we?
Yeah. Speaking of loving things, Cully.
That's me, and I totally had what I was doing pulled up. Okay. I think hunters contribute. No, what was my thing? Oh, it was hunters help the population of like nature, like naturally culling herd. That's my name. Culling the herd is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, what was it? Yellowstone just had deer and elk running rampant, and there was like no vegetation. There was no nature because they ate fucking everything. And then once they reintroduced wolves,
and shit. Yeah.
the ecosystem came back
Mm-hmm.
and is way healthier than it's ever been. I think that's the same for hunters. Like, hunters get a certain amount of tags per year or whatever season, and they take those animals, they eat them, or a lot of people give them away. And a lot of times they use those funds that they spend on applying for the permits or tags or whatever. That all goes toward,
straight back.
yeah, it goes straight back into the environment, like for
Mhm.
conservation and stuff. So I think it's a great thing, and you're not wasting any meat. Like a lot of the guys take a deer, make jerky, make whatever kind of cuts out of it, take the
Mhm.
bones, make a nice like stew, marrow,
Yeah, some nice venison.
bone broth. Yeah,
I feel like
I support it.
as long as it's for like, I guess like the trophy hunting part is the issue I have, which I'm sure most of us agree on that.
Oh, I
but
agree on that. Yeah.
I feel like it's fine as long as you're like going out and actually using what you shot. Like mounting, it's fine. Like you can mount like the head and stuff, but as long as like you actually use the other meat and just not toss it,
Yeah.
I think that's fine. Plus, like it was the same thing in Colorado. We have like a bunch of elk and deer that were like fucking up all the biodiversity because they're eating all the vegetation and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they recently introduced wolves, and it should like actually level out the populations of other stuff. And like, I don't know. I think a lot of people get very touchy about hunting, but it's like not that big of a deal.
No, I don't think it's a big deal, and it does help the environment. Like the Midwest used to be kind of like I think it was sort of oak savanna kind of biome, but now we think of the Midwest as like that's where all the food comes from. It's just acres upon acres of
Just
corn
wheat.
and and canned green beans. And like the deer population that's there now is greater than it's ever been in the last 150 years.
Mhm.
And it's like devastating to the
Yeah.
population. Like, yes, sure, you can argue that the farming is also devastating, but like,
It's kind of the same with like the fish population around here too. Like my sister was working in like the fishing industry, and she said seasons where it's like a shit ton of fish, like a lot of the fish are just unhealthy, and the ones, since there's so many, like they're repopulating like bad genes and shit.
yeah,
So if you like limit the population, the gene pool gets a lot better and stronger. So you're gonna have like stronger herds of deer and stronger
yeah.
packs of fish or
Packs
or
of
the
fish,
fuck- groups of fish,
herds of fish.
herds of fish. But
Yeah, it's totally true. I think hunting is awesome. I don't
Yeah.
do it. I've never done it.
me neither.
I've kind of wanted to, but I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like I agree, but I think the big stipulation here is that it's like within the boundaries that we've set.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, when it comes to like the salmon fishing, there's actually seasons that they're like, okay, we're extremely limiting the salmon because our salmon runs are getting too depleted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the issue here now too.
Yeah, which is why, like, you'll see, especially in Washington, Washington State Department of Transportation is spending like hundreds of millions of dollars to upgrade all of our infrastructure so the salmon can get back to, the spawning ground so much easier. It's a huge issue that they're trying, and it sucks because it also takes away from like the road infrastructure, and so people
Yeah.
are like, when's my road gonna get made? And it's like, well, we have to worry about the fish here.
Yeah. Fish come first.
But like same thing with hunting. You just can't hunt all the deer out, or then the wildlife that do rely on the deer start to phase out.
Yeah. It's a fine line. There's a balance.
Yeah, and so hunting is where we're able to correct that balance. Which, Ian, you brought up the thing about the big game hunting or the trophy hunting.
Yeah.
I agree mostly. There's like one thing that I can think of that I read about that I'm like, okay, actually, you know what? Like when it comes to people like hunting some of these like in the African safaris, some of
Yeah.
these animals, I can agree on. And it was when it comes to elephants. Sometimes male elephants, as they get older and they can't reproduce, they still are like the biggest ones, and they'll like run off the younger male elephants from their lady
Yeah.
friends.
So they're like
So they're
not repopulating and shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
Interesting.
okay.
I didn't know
and
that.
so
Yeah, I didn't
like
either. That's cool.
so it's a way for people to be like, oh, I took down an elephant, and also have some conservation benefit. So
Oh, okay.
but you see, that's not what's mostly happening.
Yeah.
Which is why we need to have like patrols protecting like the last white rhino.
Yeah, because there's a shitload of poaching out there too.
Yeah. So, it's like when it's within the bounds of it, that's what like I agree with. But like when it gets out of the bounds, like with the fishing, the overfishing that happens, or the people are doing illegally fishing.
Yeah.
They didn't pay for any of the permits to help go back into the conservation effort. They're taken away from the base, and so it's like, it's that fine line. And I think people who are like fully against hunting need to see the benefits that come with it,
Yeah.
and then the people that are like, fully against like, we should only be hunting, like they should also understand like there is a limit.
Yeah. Well, I feel like also the people who are like super anti-hunting too, like don't understand that money is diverted towards like the parks they go to and the trail upkeep, and like
Right.
hunters and fishers and people who are spending that money for like wildlife passes and such. Like most of that money is going back into nature
Yeah.
and conservation. So like you kind of need that population out there, but I don't know, they kind of refuse to believe that
Well,
kind
they
of
just
stuff, I
don't-
suppose.
They don't put two and two together at all.
Yeah,
They don't
that's
think about
fair.
it.
Yeah. Which,
'Cause why
if,
would you?
if they really don't want to, all right, well, get on with it then.
Yeah.
I have a short side hot take. I found a hole in my sock while we were talking.
I'm pro hole.
I'm not for this location of where the hole is, but
When I have a hole in my sock, I just take it and just straight like dead ass. It's
like
pretty
these.
freeing, honestly.
I mean-
you're just like,
I've never
gonna
thought
do
about
that.
it. I'm just like, oh, there's a hole in it. I guess I'll just throw it away, like without ripping it. But that's
I know,
it's
but you're
amazing.
like skipping a whole step. Of,
yeah.
oh,
Just do
I
it.
wonder if that would give you the same feeling as like eating an orange in the shower,
No, dead ass. It is.
because it's
You're not
some-
supposed to.
You're
do
not
it.
supposed to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fuck, that's awesome.
Oh my god.
Next time.
Yeah,
All right,
that's good.
Oh shit, am I up?
you're up, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. What do I want to do first? Cats are better than dogs.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
my argument is I feel like it depends on how you train your dog, but a lot of the time, like a dog is like a super annoying roommate that's very needy and needs help living all the time. Where
Yeah.
like a cat, like for instance, our cat Ricky, he's like a street cat, but we can just like let him outside to do whatever he wants, and then he'll just back in, chill with us, cuddle, eat food, and then he just like fucks off again. And like my cat Kodak back home, same way. Like he's just like, I feel like cats are more independent than dogs. So you're not like putting all your time towards this animal. Like you don't have to keep it alive, I feel like.
Yeah, it just is alive.
and they'll like chill with you when they want to chill, where a dog's like, I need attention, bro, all the time. Like I
Yeah.
can't fuck with that.
A cat is like having a roommate, and a dog is like having a child.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually.
Like what is it, Scrubs? They, I mean, this is kind of like the reverse, but they say like a toddler is like a dog who slowly learns how to talk.
That's
like,
true.
But like that's it. A dog
Yeah.
is just a toddler that can't talk.
Yeah.
Like
I
it-
agree with that.
always needy food,
Food.
play. What are you
Yeah.
doing? I heard you talking to someone. I'm on the phone.
Like-
But you're talking to someone.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you got up. Where are we going? Like,
You son of a
chill.
bitch. I'm in.
Yeah,
Like-
actually.
God forbid. Yeah. I was out with my mom and our dogs today, and like, Jesus Christ, it's fucking 90 outside, and they're like, throw the thing. I want to
Yeah.
let's go play outside. I'm like, you're gonna melt before you even go through the door. They're like, all right, it doesn't matter. I want to play. So the older dog is just like, all right, whatever, and she goes and sleeps. But younger dog, Bina, she'll just come over and sit and stare at you. And you're like, what? What do you want? And she'll kind of give you attitude and like
Come on.
do something. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you're gonna die. Like, I can't help you. I'm like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, if you're on the phone, you go, oh hey, they blow their fucking top.
Mhm.
Like, who is it? Someone's here. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's just a little too much for me. Like too much energy.
It can be.
But
Yeah.
I do like the companionship of a dog. Like cats, they don't really fuck with you most of the time.
No,
That's true.
it's
but a
it's on
dog
their time.
always fucks with you. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever have a dog, honestly.
Yeah,
I don't think I can do it.
it is a big deal.
It is a very big deal to take care of a dog. And to take care of one properly, for that matter.
Yeah.
It's just there's so much work that goes into it.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, Coley, I think we've talked about this before. You're like, you know what? I don't think you should have a dog if you're gonna go on vacations, ever.
Oh yeah.
I 100% agree with that. Unless you have like, I mean, if you have people around who can take care of it, that's fine. But like, that's why I don't have pets. Like, we took in Ricky, is not technically ours, but like, I can still do whatever I want to do because
Yeah.
I don't have to take care of this being. Like,
Yeah.
and that's important to me. And I don't know it, especially with a dog though. Like, you can leave a cat for like a week. Like, they'll be fine. Have someone
Yeah.
check on it
Yeah.
a little bit, but you don't have to like, oh, can you go take my dog out like 3 times a day? Oh, like he's gonna shit in the house. Like, my cat
Yeah.
can just shit in a box.
Yeah. Contained.
Yeah, it's just
Kinda.
there.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of part of I think it was part of that argument too. It's like out where my dogs are, they have access to outdoors at all times.
Mhm.
So it's a fenced in area. They've got a big yard if they want to run around. Like Bina, my dog, loves chasing flies. It's like she loves them. We call them sky raisins. And jalapeno sky raisins are yellow jackets because those are spicy.
Oh, yeah.
Spicy.
And she's gotten a few of those. But anyway, like she has the ability to go outside on her own and go pee, do her business, whatever, go play with sky raisins, whatever she wants to do, sniff, and then come back. But like I don't know, people like it's hard when the dog doesn't have access to a yard
Yeah.
like that. Like dogs in apartments, that kind of bugs me.
I feel like if you like adopt an older dog,
Mhm.
like an old dog who's at the shelter, that's fine. Like, they're just gonna chill inside anyway. But if you have like a young dog in an apartment or something and you don't have the time to like walk it every day, or even if you have time and you're just not willing to, you absolutely shouldn't have a dog.
Yeah.
Or a
Yeah.
cat for that matter. Like,
That's
you need
yeah.
to like be willing to invest into this animal you have, because you have to like they have a life too. Like, it's their one life and you're like fucking it up because you're either lazy or don't have time for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take it out. Do things with it. Poke it every once in a while.
Yeah, and I think it's totally okay to admit, like, I do not have time for an animal. This is a good reason for me to not have one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
that's where I'm at.
Yeah,
I'd give it a dope fucking life, but I'd be giving up too much of my own shit to have one.
Yeah, I think it's also the same. It's like the same argument that people make for like having kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
just
mean,
like
I just pawned them off on my mom.
But yeah, my mom will just take them. It's
Yeah,
fine.
she will.
She doesn't care.
just like so. I'll come by Thursday to I don't know, walk them or something, water them.
Yeah, just like make sure they're eating something.
Yeah, like every once in a while. She fucking loves it. It's even so. My dog Bina is out there because I did used to live out there. But the other dog that's out there is her boyfriend's dog because the boyfriend's dog is like, this is a way better place to live. Like I
like,
can
I'm chilling
play
here.
outside. Like it's dope. Yeah, she'll Kevin is my mom's boyfriend. He'll leave and be like, all right, Lana, it's time to go home.
Mhm.
And she sits there and is like, I don't want to fucking leave.
Yeah, fuck that.
This place is awesome.
Uh-huh.
So it's the vacation home.
That's funny.
Summer home.
So, yeah, and the reason that my mom is in the we were talking about this today, I think actually. The reason my mom is in the house that she's in is because we went out there to see it at like 9:00 at night or something like that. Like, it was pitch black. You couldn't really tell what the house looked like, but I
Mhm.
went in the backyard and I was like, this is a big backyard. The dog will love this.
Yeah,
And that's literally the only reason she has that house is for my dog.
that's fucking
My mom's
funny.
like, I don't really care where I live, but
as long as the dog has
dog
a good
likes
place.
it. Yeah, so it's just kind of funny to think about. It's like, wow, we got this because of the dog. Huh. Interesting. But yeah,
Yeah, I think that actually goes really good into my next hot take, which, I mean, we're already kind of talking about it.
yeah,
People should be more upfront about the difficulty of properly taking care of animals.
yes,
I agree.
And so, like, I really think that people just don't talk about the hardships of having an animal.
yeah,
Like people are like, oh, you know, it's great having this companion. You know, you have someone to love. Like you are their world. Like all these good things, and then they don't tell you like, yeah, you're gonna be cleaning up piss, poop, throw up, bile, maybe once a week.
yeah.
Like they're literal children.
They got eye boogies on them sometimes, and they'll come over and smell like shit and try to lick you, and you're like, take a shower. You're fucking gross, dude.
And it's like, like, you know, dogs, they need a lot of exercise. Cats, they get their exercise in the middle of the night while you're trying to sleep.
2 a.m. They turn into race cars.
Yeah, they're like, and I'm up. The one that I think that I have gotten like the most pet peeved over the years, which is fish. People do not know like the minimum requirements for fish to survive is very different than what is needed for a fish to thrive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, they're
Um,
just like leaving them in a tank and like, oh, here's your little flakes. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, like the big thing for me is if you ever go to a pet store and you just walk over to the fish section and you just see the betta fish in like these like tiny little
Oh, the
containers.
cups, yeah.
Technically, they can survive within the rice fields, and when it's not rain season, the rice fields get really small and they're in small environments. They can survive.
yeah.
But like if you see a video of a betta fish in a 20-gallon tank, the betta fish is swimming all around all the time, just
Yeah.
going everywhere. Like they need so much room to thrive. Same thing with goldfish too. Goldfish extremely resilient, need a lot of space. A goldfish can live for like 30 years, get up to be like 5 or
Those-
6 pounds.
They're big.
Yeah.
Like if you catch them in a lake, dude, they're like
Yeah.
fucking huge.
And the reason why they're in a lake is someone's like, "Oh, the fish died." Flush.
Uh-huh.
And then
Let's
the-
go.
It's like, woo!
Yeah, that's a conspiracy. I think goldfish kill themselves.
Play dead.
Yeah.
Play dead to that they're like, yeah, I'm out of here. Fuck this.
Feel like you should have to like go to a course or something to have a pet.
Totally.
Like
Yeah.
you have to get like a little license or something.
A little
Even like a
certificate.
fish, it like pay like $20
Yeah.
to go to the course. Like, okay, you have a goldfish. This is how it should be living properly. But especially like dogs and cats and bigger animals.
Oh
Like,
yeah, yeah.
I definitely know some people who should not have dogs or cats. Like,
Yeah.
you do not know what you're doing. Like, ugh.
Like, because
Yeah.
a lot of the people see through social media and stuff like, oh my god, it's you can take your dog cool places and take pictures of it and like it looks cool.
Mhm.
It's like, there's so much other shit that goes into a dog. You're not just fucking. It's not just looking cool.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my god, I have to like feed you. Oh Jesus, dude.
Like,
I
you
feed myself
poop?
when I feel like it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna feed you all the time on a schedule. Otherwise, you just stare at me. Like, Jesus Christ. But I think like that kind of resonates with one of the hot takes I did, where every year you should be retested for your driver's license.
Oh yeah.
Which I still firmly, I'm like 100% put my foot
Yeah.
down on that.
5 years.
Eventually,
I think the 1 year is a little hot take, but I think 5 to 10 is.
well, like I said,
Anyways.
1 year until we establish
We know that
okay,
you
we're
can
better.
drive. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think you should have to take like an obedience course. If you're getting a puppy or getting a dog, you have to go through an obedience class, because that you need to learn this creature. It's not going to tell you with words how to take care of it, or how often it likes to play, or in what way it likes to play,
Yeah.
because everybody's different.
Yeah.
So you have to go to school with this creature.
Well, it's like the same kind of thing. Like you see people at a dog park with their aggressive dog not on a leash, and they expect everyone else to like keep their dogs away. Like
Oh man.
if your dog can't like stay in line, you need to keep it in line, and that's your responsibility as an owner of an animal.
Yeah, you shouldn't be allowed at those parks.
Where like if you took a test for that, you would know it. But
Yeah.
also, I feel like people like that are just like stubborn and
Yeah.
unwilling to train. But
They just get a dog for having a dog.
you should have like a certain amount of responsibility or time and learn how to take care of an animal if you're gonna go get it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you need a license to have a fucking monkey.
Definitely.
You should have a license to have a dog.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah, I think it's valid.
And I think like seeing people on social media too with their dogs and stuff, like you're like almost romanticizing it, but
Yeah, that's
there
good
is a
word for
lot
it.
of other shit. Like, people are annoying.
People are annoying. No, I like that. That's a good way to put it, romanticizing.
Yeah.
That's a really
Actually,
good way to
yeah.
put it.
And especially with social media.
hmm I feel like, yeah, social media as a whole is just
Yeah.
kind of fucked.
Yeah, it just only shows you those nice parts.
hmm
Fuck social media. Speaking of social media,
Social media.
I didn't even think about that. That was a good transition.
Yeah, I thought about it.
I think influencers or people that go on TikTok and do TikTok dances in public, the general public who's just trying to go about their day should be able to like break their phones and kick their ass, because that shit is annoying. I don't like that people are going out there and doing some fucking dance and getting paid millions of dollars while like you're at Rite Aid and I'm just trying to buy
Yeah.
like fucking deodorant or something. You know, like go home and do that. Don't fuck my life up because
if
you're
it's
doing a
like-
dance.
I feel like if it's like out of your space, it's okay. Like there's a lot of times I'm like driving around, or like we were at the lake last night swimming and there were some girls like doing TikToks and shit. Like it's a little cringe, but
It's a lot cringe.
it's pretty fucking cringe. But if you're like doing it out of my space, it's fine. You can do whatever you want. But
Yeah.
like we were talking about before we were like actually on, like the people, like the YouTube people who do the pranks and shit,
Oh,
that,
fuck that.
I draw
Yeah.
a line with. But
Yeah, I did see a good one the other day that this guy, I think it was in like Best Buy or something, and this guy was checking out, and this dude just walks up and he's like, "Oh, thanks," and just like grabs his stuff, and the guy's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he's like, "It's my stuff," and he's like, "Don't fuck with me," and he like reaches behind his back, clearly has a gun, and he was
Mhm.
just like, "I don't give a fuck what you're doing. If this is some TikTok shit, stop. Like, I see
Yeah.
your friend over there filming. What are you doing? Get a fucking hobby." Like, do something better with your lives.
that shit
Like-
should not be monetized.
No, it shouldn't, because it's just ruining other people's lives. Like, pissing off other people shouldn't make you a millionaire.
Just being a fucking menace, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
if I'm at the fucking grocery store and someone does that shit to me, it's gonna fuck up my whole fucking day.
yeah.
And they're gonna fucking make money off of it.
Yeah.
Then we should be able to take out the little sticks that we hide in our socks and beat the shit out of them. Whoop their ass. Then you should be monetized for that. But the person who does the whooping gets the money.
Yeah.
So everyone just has a camera on, just ready to go, just like, are you filming me?
We
Are you
just
feeling
have
me?
batons. Just
Everybody needs body cams and batons at
Uh-huh.
all times.
I think like running into people like that is like very few and far between though. Luckily out here.
Yes,
In LA
especially
it's
here.
maybe different, in New York, but
Yeah.
I don't know. If you're just like a normal TikTok person, just do it over there.
Do it. Yeah, do it away from people.
Yeah. I mean, I think the big thing here is also just like consent. Like
100%.
Yeah.
like if someone's like, "Hey, I want to do this like TikTok thing, and you seem like a good person for it. You wanna be like part of this video. This is what we're gonna be doing." Person's like, "Sure, okay, whatever."
Mhm.
Or they're like, "Fuck no, what are you talking to me for?" It's like, "Okay, well, have a good day."
Yeah.
Like, I think I saw this one where this girl would walk up to a stranger on like a beach in California and be like, "Hey, so can you hold this for me and take a video of me? Like it's already rolling." And the person's like, "Oh yeah, sure." And then she like just like gets in like a stance or something, and then like gets on all fours and like runs towards a crowd of people and going like,
Yeah. I'm okay with that shit.
like I'm
That's
like
funny as fuck.
I'm like, okay, that's not too bad.
If I'm there, maybe I'd feel different, but
Yeah, like if I was part of the group, I'd be like, "What the
Yeah.
fuck?"
or like I'm okay if it's like impractical joker shit.
Yeah,
Like that's funny as fuck.
Yeah,
like
that's
if it's funny, it's okay. But if you're being like a true menace, fuck off.
yeah. Which-
In that instance, if I was the guy on the beach and they're like, "Can you film me?" and I saw somebody do that, I'd be like, "Free phone."
Just start
turn
walking
around.
away.
Like
Yeah.
done. I'm gone. Walking to the first crowd I see, just hide.
Mm-hmm.
Like fuck yeah.
Yeah, Coley's just like no bullshit. Me and Ian were just like,
Yeah.
I'm glad it's part of the
Yeah.
bit.
I feel like I'd be too nervous to be in that situation. Just start sweating.
I'd film myself and
Yeah,
then be
you're
like,
like,
"Yeah, I got it," and give it back to
Yeah.
him. And it's
Like,
just
God
you,
damn
like,
it.
Oh my god,
like really awkwardly
You're like,
doing a
"Oh,
selfie.
Oh, why are you doing
the
that?
fuck?
it just reminded me of high school. Like, because I mean, like phone cameras weren't really like a huge thing. They was just kind of starting to be a thing when Coley, like you and I were in our like junior and senior years.
Yes, sir.
And so like at prom, they'd be like, "Josh, can you take a photo of us?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And I would take like 8 of me at first, and I'd be like, wait, hold on, let's take a couple more. And then I'd take a couple more, and then like are starting to like swipe through it, and then they see my face, they're like,
I've done that to tables at work. They're like, "Oh, it's my birthday." Not a lot, just like maybe 2 or 3 times with actual cool tables. But no, that shit's funny. Because then they're going to go home and be like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
Who the hell is
And
this
the
guy?
pictures are probably trash anyway, too, that I
It's
took of them. Like,
Well,
God damn it.
like I don't know. I remember a time when a couple of my high school buddies, we all went to Red Robin randomly, and our server was just really nice to us and like playing around with us too. And so we're like, "Can we get a photo with you?" And so I still remember to this day. I think it's somewhere on my Facebook. I think Jillian was her name or something.
Uh-huh.
I was just like, she was dope.
Like, what up?
Yeah, I mean, she was.
Yeah.
I think I've had maybe one table ask me to take a picture with them, and I was like, fuck no. And they're being dicks, like most of the tables we serve. Not most. Some are just meh. And it's always those tables who are like, oh, you can sit and eat with us. Oh, can I blah, 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 asking for a bunch of whack shit. It's just like, you're not that cool, bro.
See, in that instance, then I'd be like, "Yeah, give me your phone." Then walk away.
They would just find me.
You'll get this back at the end of the day.
Yeah, when you're responsible.
It's either that or the principal's office. They're like, "I'm at a restaurant. What the fuck are you talking about?"
Like, I'm 30 years old.
I'm an adult. What the hell?
I'm pulling Social Security. Give it back.
Damn near on retirement. All right, what you got?
What do I want to do next? Traveling alone is better. I'm going to actually tweak that a little bit. Traveling alone is super important. But that's not really a hot take, but I have met a lot of people who like only travel with other people. Like, "Oh, let's go abroad, me and my homies." And like, I've done it both ways. Like, for instance, earlier this year, I went with my family in Tara. And then after high school, I went by myself for a long time. And the summer after, I went with some, like, my best friends. And going with my best friends was, like, super sick. Like, super good bonding. But I think it was more enjoyable doing something like that by myself. Like, you literally get to do whatever you want the whole time. You make your own plan. You don't have to, like, do anything that anyone else wants to do. Where, like, I don't know. I think just it's really hard traveling with other people. and having to like comply to things they want to do, and you're
Yeah.
like, I fucking hate this.
Yeah, because maybe you have to do something that you don't want to do, and somebody's
Yeah.
been pushing you to do it, and you're like, oh God, here we go.
Yeah, like my buddy we went with, he's like super into art, so we went to like every single art museum, which is cool. Like I fuck with that shit. I love art, and like going to Europe and seeing that shit is amazing. But after you've been to like the 5th art museum of seeing Renaissance art, you're like, dude, this shit is all the same. Like it all looks the same. This is boring. It's stagnant air in the entire museum. And
Yeah.
like
Guess
I feel
what?
like I'm gonna faint.
Like, guess what? It's old.
Yeah, like
There you
I
go.
want to go to the fucking beach and shit, or go to like, there's just other shit I'd rather do than like travel with other people, I suppose.
Yeah.
But it was really fun with Tara. We did a lot of cool shit.
Yeah.
It's more like your close homies, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, and I mean, I haven't traveled abroad like that, so I don't know. Like, I would just assume if you're like with a group or something that it's kind of hard to like split the party to be able to kind of do different things.
Yeah.
I mean, just like with phones and everything, it's just a little more challenging, and also it's like, well, I actually don't know where I am, so guess I'll maybe see you tomorrow if I
Yeah.
still have a liver.
No.
And also like you'll be traveling with people who like aren't able to just do that. Like I'll go on a side quest and be fine. Like
I
I'll
love
find my
side
way back.
questing.
But then you'll be out there with your homies and they're like, I don't know what the fuck we're doing. Like they'll get lost and then you actually won't see them again.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's important to go travel or even like go camping by yourself. Like or be alone in your room with your own thoughts for a little bit and learn to like be around yourself by yourself, I suppose. But
Be alone. Yeah.
I do
be
know a lot of
independent.
people who like aren't about that shit, but
Yeah.
I think it's important.
I support the camping alone, dude. That's so fucking nice.
I've not done it, but I really want to.
oh.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it now that I have that motorcycle. I'm
Oh,
thinking
yeah,
about
dude.
just going up to Mount Baker Highway and picking a random trail.
Totally. You should totally do that.
Yeah.
I the first time I did it was for one of my exes. I don't know why. I think I just like took the day off because we wanted to get a big group of people to go camping, and I went out to I forget the name of the place up near Baker, and it's like a dirt road, and then there's like a super nice huge place right on the river, and I was like, oh, I'll go out in the middle of the week to
Mhm.
get the spot because it always fills up.
Yeah.
So, and everyone was like, "Are you sure? Like, is that a thing?"
like,
And I was
"I'll
like,
be
"Yeah,
fine, dude."
I'll go get it. I'll do it." And I'd never done that before, and I
Mhm.
did, and I was like, "Damn, I wish I'd been out here a few more days by myself."
Yeah.
It was so nice. Like, I made a fire and just sat by the fire and drank beer and just was like, "There's nothing.
I
And I
feel
don't have
like-
to do anything."
Like
It
a
was
lot of
so
people
nice.
don't understand how like content you can be with just yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
it's nice.
it's very freeing. And like that's why I want to do the camping thing. I was telling I think I was telling Ryan the other night we were fucked up and I was like, dude, I just want to be dropped out near Baker with nothing. I'm just gonna like live off the land for like 3 or 4 days, like catch fish and shit.
See, I
But
would love to do
I
that
want to do
too.
that so bad, dude.
Yes.
Like my like Neanderthal urge to just like go forage by
Yes.
myself. Oh, dude, I would thrive.
That's the move.
Uh,
Yeah, I want to do like minimal camping.
oh yeah.
Yeah, like because I mean, at least on that trip and every other trip, you know, we go to Mount Rainier. Like, we have a shitload of beer, but we have so much food and snacks and like creature comforts. We had like a shower, portable shower, and
Mhm.
all this stuff. But
Yeah.
like way back in the day when I was a kid, my family used to camp all the time. Like, we would stay in an RV, but then during the day we would just be in the woods.
Yeah.
Like doing fucking whatever. It doesn't matter. Picking up
Mhm.
sticks, hitting shit with sticks. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't sticks. Playing with sticks.
Taking sticks and sticks.
Yeah, finding like just like dude the primo stick. And you're like,
Mhm.
fuck yeah. But like I want to go do that. I
Yeah.
want to go do that again.
I
That's
want to
fun.
like, and like, even like when I have kids, I want to go do that shit. Like,
Yeah,
and just let them go on little side quests and shit. Like, go be by yourself and fucking like, go make a slingshot or some shit or
Yeah.
like go fucking do whatever. But
yeah.
I just remember. I mean, I would really only go camping at like campgrounds, but there's one that we'd always go to every single year. My family, it's like our big family trip was Pearryn Lake.
Oh, yeah.
On the eastern side of Washington.
I was a part of that once.
Oh yeah, that was good. We were riding around in bananas.
Yeah,
So we call
Oh,
it
yeah.
kayaks.
Uh-huh.
it was
um,
sweet.
Yeah, that was a good time. But like my parents are like, all right, well, you ate breakfast.
What?
We might take out the boat. We might not. If you want to go swimming, let us know. But
Mhm.
go do you.
Yeah,
And I just remember they always bring it up, and they were like, yeah, Josh would just go out, and then he'd be gone all day, and then he would be like, hey, I'm back. Sorry, I made like
Mhm.
4 friends.
That's how it was with me. Like we'd
was the
go on
best. That was
summer
the best.
trips with my best friend Kiefer, and we would just like fuck off and go into the woods and like go build something and shit. We'd come back at like 6 p.m. like all gross like cuts.
Yep.
And they're like, "What the fuck were you doing all day, dude?" It's like, I don't know.
Yeah. We used to go to a place. We used to camp with a couple other families, and we used to go to Sun Lakes in eastern Washington.
Mhm.
And so it was kind of like it's super dry and arid and like completely different from this climate that we're used to.
Yeah.
And I like remember we'd wake up and everybody would have breakfast, and then the parents would be like, get the fuck out of here. Go. Leave.
Mhm.
And we'd ride our bikes or scooters or whatever, and we'd like climb these massive rock hills
Yeah.
and like definitely there was rattlesnakes everywhere, and we
Uh-huh.
were not prepared, and it was super dangerous. We could have fallen and like broken our leg, but that was just awesome. That's what we did. And then we'd get back and the parents would be like, all right, at dinner time. They're not like, what were you doing all day? Where were
Mhm.
you? Did anybody weird talk to you? And you're like, I was
No.
in nature.
I feel okay. Here's
was gone,
another
man.
hot take. People who are over parenting of kids and don't let them just go do their own thing.
Oh, Christ.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
if my
overbearing.
parents like kept me on a fucking leash, dude, my life would be so fucked right now. Like, I feel like it's super important to just let your kids like go and learn
Yep.
how to do things. Like, or even like, we used to fucking like, I remember we were backpacking the Alps one time and we like went up to this cabin or some shit. And for the 3 days they were there, me and my sisters built this big fort between these huge boulders, and they were like tall as fuck.
Yeah.
And like obviously we could have gotten hurt. We could have like fallen and broken something, but like our parents trusted us to like go do that independently. And like I think it's important to have your kids build independence, where I see a lot of shit on social media where like
Yeah.
parents are like, "Oh, why would you let your kid do that? Like, why are you filming them from like 20 feet away? What, you don't know what'll happen." It's like, dude, leave them the fuck alone. Like,
You got to do what
let
you gotta
them
do.
get hurt. Let them learn. Like, your kid's not gonna know how to fucking be on their own
Yeah.
if you don't let them. So
Let
Yeah.
them fucking ride a bike by themselves and skin their knees or fall and knock their teeth out and blood everywhere. And like, you got to get hurt.
like they will be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and support them in those hurtful times. Like, hey,
Unless they're in the restaurant, fucking put a leash on that motherfucker, dude. That
Yeah,
should
Jesus
be pissing
Christ.
me off.
You're not at home.
Like when they finally fall, I'm like, fuck you.
You should serve like give the parents water or something and give the kid like Trazodol. Just like knock him out.
Sleep,
Shh,
sleep.
it's okay, buddy. They're like,
A couple weeks ago, we had a kid in the restaurant run behind the bar.
oh no.
And I kept telling the dad, I was like, yo, you need to get him, please, like nicely.
yeah.
And then for like the third time he ran from the table, he like went into our bar. And I went to the dad, I was like, you need to get your kid like right now because you're starting to piss me off. Like he is in places he does not need to be.
This isn't
And
your
this is a
house.
place where you need to grab your kid. And he acted all weird about it. He's like, oh, okay, sorry, my bad.
You
like-
have a child, sir.
Like a restaurant's
Remember?
a place where you need to child your kid
It's not a goddamn jungle
or
gym.
parent your kid. But
yeah, which I think
Well, in
is-
that case, it would be childing your
child
kid,
your kid. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that guy was a fucking idiot.
like I think it was like another hot take that you did, Coley, and it was just basically like you need to like get your kids under control sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I hate kids. So that checks.
Yeah, it's just like I remember stories of my parents like talking about my sister just being like a runner, and like they'd always have to be like on guard, like just in case. And it got to the point they're like, yeah, we don't go to restaurants anymore because we can't take your sister.
Yeah.
It's just she just
She's too
sprints and
wild.
screams, and they're like, yeah, it's embarrassing. And it's like, I think that's what some newer parents are kind of losing, is that embarrassment.
Yeah.
Is like you should feel embarrassed when your child is being a menace to society in places like a restaurant or at a store or something. You know,
Yeah.
if your child is running around the yard or a park screaming and stuff, like that's where they're supposed to be screaming. That's
Yeah.
where they find the boundaries and learn all the things. Like, hey, you can't sprint full speed on wood chips if you don't want a wood chip
Yeah.
partially inside you.
Yeah.
I feel like what I've learned in restaurants is like, it's almost like an age thing. Like if it's a baby, like I get it. Like I'm not going to be your pissy server, like bitching about your baby crying. Like that's fine. Like it's a baby.
Yeah.
But like once a kid is like 5,
Yeah. Once
like
they're mobile.
or like school age, I feel like, and they're like being disruptive as fuck. Like if I'm someone at a restaurant who's like there to eat and I have a fucking crazy ass kid next to me who's not a toddler, like a grown fucking kid,
Yeah.
like you need to fucking control your kid. And me as a server, like it's disruptive to me. Like I'm trying to serve my other tables, and
Yeah.
if your kid's fucking running around bumping into me, like I'm gonna be pissed off.
Kick them. Fuck them.
But if like if a kid's like having a tantrum, like that's one thing. But if your kid's running around, like, bro, get your
Playing.
kid.
Yeah. I don't get why that happens, because like I grew up with, you know, I didn't act out like that, because the one time I would do it, I'd get the look from my mom, and she'd be like, "Don't
Dude,
fucking
it's
do
true.
that," and you're like, "Oh,
When they like
shit.
whisper, scream,
Yeah,
"Get back
don't
over
you
here."
dare get over here now," and you're
You're
like,
like, "Oh, shit."
"Oh God, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble." Like parents don't do that. They're just like, Braxton, Cags Graxlin, come back here, please.
Come here, tragedy.
Tragedy, come back here.
It's like the soft parenting shit.
It's stupid. Fuck soft parenting.
Well,
Beat your kids.
I think there's a time and a place. Like I'm okay with soft parenting, but you should still like grab your kid if they're acting like
Hell
a fucking
yeah.
maniac.
There's still boundaries that need to be set.
Yeah.
if you don't, in a controlled manner, with your child who they trust you, like,
Yeah.
don't be abusive, of course. But if you don't do that, then they're gonna grow up and then be punched
Do
in the
whatever
face
they
by
want.
somebody who, like, they're gonna be put in a situation where they're gonna be a fucking asshole or TikToker menace to society, and they're gonna get their ass kicked.
Yeah.
Like-
I feel like my parents soft parented us without like being soft, I guess. It was
Yeah.
like fucking get the fuck over here.
Yeah,
And like that's fine. It's like, I don't know. Control your kids, please.
And that's-
especially in my restaurant.
yeah. And I don't think that's abusive at all. Like, get
I
over
don't
here.
think so either.
'Cause
It's
that's-
like it's parenting.
I mean, I do that with my dog. Like, if she runs off after something, I'm like, hey, and she fucking drops her
Yeah.
ears and is like, oh shit, dad's mad.
I'm
I'm
gonna
sorry.
Start doing that with Tara.
Get over.
Get over here.
Get over here.
Yeah, I think I mean, it depends on like I don't know, what you do afterwards. I think is really what will define whether it's like
Yeah.
abuse or not. Like,
Yeah.
if you're like, get over here, and then like smacking them upside the head.
Yeah, see, that's
abuse.
whack. Like,
Yeah.
but
But like, if it's like, get over here, we're
Like-
in public.
Yeah.
I know you want to be running around. I know you want to be doing this. This is
Mhm.
not the time for
Yeah.
it.
This is not the time and place.
maybe
for
it's the
that.
same thing with like what we were talking about with dogs. Like, maybe your kid's doing this because you didn't let them run around on their own.
because you didn't take your
Like-
kid to obedience school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you didn't get a license for this. And
Yeah.
like you didn't have a house with a yard.
Yeah. Let your kid
know.
run. You didn't have a cool neighborhood that fucking, like, I grew up in a neighborhood where I went to Catholic school and there was like 3 or 4 of my buddies that lived in the neighborhood around me. Actually, it's like right where Sam, Jelly, and Keenan live right
Oh,
now.
yeah, yeah.
Like, I
Keenan,
grew
our co-host, rest in peace.
Yes. Yeah. Rest in peace until he returns. Yeah, I grew up there, and so like I would leave my house, walk around the neighborhood, ride bikes, whatever, and to get me home or to know when to come home, I would either hear an air horn or my uncle had an old air raid siren before he passed away, so we inherited that.
An air raid siren.
An air raid siren.
That's crazy.
So like, yeah, my dad would take it outside and just plug it in and be like, "What?" You could hear that fucker from miles away, and we'd be playing, bouncing on the trampoline somewhere, and I'd hear that. I'm like, oh, I gotta go home.
And your neighbor with PTSD.
Yeah,
It's like, oh shit, bro.
Jesus Christ. I'm like,
Yeah, I
I could unleash my menace kid, and then he won't have PTSD anymore. You just hate the kid. Well, you still have PTSD.
I don't think I was ever forced to like come home like that.
Me
like,
neither.
Like I would tell my parents where I was going, and they would have like the other parent's number, and like at most they'd be like, "Hey, so we told Josh to be home by like 8, and it's 9:30. Can you take him home or tell him to go home?"
Yeah.
And then I would just be biking home, just like, "Sorry guys, I was playing games.
We
know the
didn't
time."
even have phones back then either. Like,
No.
This is a good old days.
I don't like.
Hence the air raid.
I don't
siren.
remember a time where my parents were like tripping about me coming home. Like, I remember in middle school, like biking around till like 11 p.m. with my homies, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, hey, I'm back." Like, I'd communicate with them and tell them what I was doing, but I don't think that shit would like fly nowadays.
No.
But I mean, I guess we live in different times, but
we do live in different
it's
times.
different. But I don't know. I hope to at least like when I'm a parent be in an area where I can let my kids like be independent and
Yeah.
do stuff they want to do, because that's why I am how I am now. That's why I can like go to fucking Europe on my own and collectively like be by myself, is because I was
Yeah.
allowed to be by myself as a kid. I didn't rely on my parents to fucking do everything for me,
Yeah,
I suppose.
What do I do now?
Yeah.
What do I do now? That's why I want property. I don't want kids. But if I ever had kids, I would want like property so I can just
Yeah.
let them go do whatever the hell they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like play with sticks, come back at 11 and be like, I built a fort somewhere out there. And you're like,
Dude, I
sick.
had the sickest forts growing up.
Yeah, that shit was cool. We'd have airsoft wars. We'd go off into the
Nice.
middle of
Out on
nowhere.
like the farms and shit.
Oh, and just
at least
go
for me in
nuts.
Kansas, dude, it was sick.
Yeah. That
But-
was so fun.
But also, I'm not a parent, so I can't really give parenting advice. But
Yeah, I think that's the thing that I have to like give myself a check.
like
It's
a preface, yeah.
yeah, it's like I don't have any children, so I know this shit is hard.
Yeah.
And it's not like, I mean, I don't know, it's like the thing we talked about with the iPad kids. Like parents are like, just throw an iPad on them.
Yeah.
It's like,
that shit
yeah, but
bums me out, dude.
I also don't have a 2-year-old who is screaming and crying, and I just worked like a 50-hour shift in the coal
Yeah.
mines, and I'm like, okay, fine.
No, dude, if you take those kids to a restaurant, get a straw with the wrapper on it, squish it down, make the little water worm things.
Yeah. I mean,
Keeps
I
me
never had
entertained.
that shit at restaurants, obviously, because we're older than iPads. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I would just go home and play fucking Battlefront. That's where I'd get like my ADD shit out. And
Yeah.
then like I would go in the yard and shit. But I don't know. If like my parents, there's 4 of us kids. So like that shit is a lot. And I'm not speaking for everyone because every kid's different. But like I see a lot of kids at our work who are like, you're like a normal kid. Like you probably don't need an iPad. Maybe
Yeah.
it's just the parent, just like, I guess it's like their off time. I don't know. I can't give advice. I don't
Yeah.
have kids.
I don't want kids.
Yeah.
That's
no,
fair.
I'm
Kids
not,
suck.
I'm not in the kids camp. I used to want kids.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I remember my brother's friend was just like, but Josh, like you're really good with kids in general. Like you're really great with your nephew. Like
Okay.
and it's like, and like, you know, you're a good guy and you have good job. You're trying to get a house. Like
Yeah.
you should have children. I'm like,
But why?
I don't wanna.
Yeah.
I think
it's nice to
people
have-
should be put in check when they tell you should have kids.
Yeah. I also have a hot topic about that, but that's for another time. But yeah, like other people, other friends should have kids that are capable, and like you can play with them and take care of them. Like this is what my uncle did. He would pick us up from school sometimes. He would come over, drink wine, hang out. Him and I would watch the fucking weather
Yeah.
or the news.
Oh, I love the news.
It was sweet. We would just like he would just hang out with us, and then when he was like, "All right, these guys are fucking annoying," he would just leave. Like, and I'm like,
"Okay,
I
peace
want
out."
that freedom instead of being like, "Oh my god, I have to live with these annoying little brats." To just be like, "Yeah, I gotta go home."
But
Fuck you guys.
I'm like, I do want kids in the future. I don't know like when, but like teaching a kid how to like snowboard and shit and do the shit that I like seems so fucking fulfilling. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that shit with like my sister's kid. Like I guess I would, but not
I
like
would.
It
I
would be
would like with
fulfilling.
my kid.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I
Don't
think
think-
it'd be
it's
fun.
different.
Not right now though.
Yeah.
Like once I do the shit I want to do and like enjoy not having kids.
I will teach my sister's children to be menaces to society.
Like go call your mom this real quick.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I want
my
my
kid.
nephew to get into like wrestling or something so I can just teach him, like, hey, do you want to win?
do you want to know how to kill people? But like, like what? All right.
Yeah.
What you got?
I kind of forgot. Is it my turn?
I
Yeah.
think so, yeah.
All right. Drop shipping has ruined online shopping.
Yes.
Explain.
So everyone here knows what drop shipping is.
Yes. I believe.
So-
Isn't it?
I don't know what drop shipping is. Could you explain it?
Of course I will, Coley.
Thank you,
fucking
pal.
idiot.
That's me.
Yeah.
Aw.
This podcast's fucking idiot.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I bet you do this in your free time.
John Cena!
Yeah. I literally have a tin whistle in my room.
You're
that
like,
what I
that was
hear?
actually me.
Yeah, that like, if I had a recorder, I'd fucking go off. The tin whistle's too goddamn loud.
You
but
can have mine. It's just sitting in the corner next to my ukulele.
you're gonna hate me. You're like, oh my god.
Anyway, so drop shipping.
Drop
is
shipping.
Basically, you'll find some kind of item like in like a different country or just manufactured somewhere else that you can get for extremely cheap by buying a bunch of it, and then you will kind of rebrand it as your own and sell it in the States for a lot more. And
Like buying shit off Temu or something, and then selling it for triple the price.
yeah, like AliExpress is, I think, the big one that people will do. Like
Yeah.
they'll find like a kid's toy that AliExpress is selling like $3 a pop if you buy 100, and they'll buy 100 and then they'll sell it in
For,
the
like,
States
20.
for like 20, $30. And so I mean, like
Damn.
they're like, you can make a lot of money drop shipping, and kudos to those people that make money. But a lot of people have been doing that, and like other places have started to catch on. And so if you go onto Amazon and even today, I'm saying that it's an evil, but I am part of the problem giving them money.
Yeah.
I bought from this random company that was an assortment of like 6 random letters, and I bought a curtain rod from them. That's a random company in China that most likely bought that Amazon thing that probably already had a bunch of reviews on it, changed the name and photo, and they're like, hey, buy my curtain rod. It has 20,000 good views at 4.8 stars.
Yeah.
It used to be toilet paper.
Yeah.
I think we should just get on the back end of it and be the drop shippers.
Ooh, okay.
I think we're just missing an opportunity. But also, I'm not an online shopper. At least Amazon. I think I've bought like 2 things off Amazon, but I'm sure my roommates are losing hella money because of drop shippers.
Yeah, I hate Amazon, but it's so convenient. It kills me.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the thing,
So
especially when it comes to like online shopping, electrical cords. Where can you go to really buy a cord that you need? People are like, oh, I'll go to Best Buy. Okay, here's a 10-foot HDMI cable for $40.
They never have shit there
No,
either.
they
It's
have
like,
nothing because everything's online.
yeah.
Home Depot. The longest they have is like 2 feet.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like they never really have what you're looking for, and then if they do, it's a low quality product that is way overpriced. So
Yeah.
like for this example, a 10-foot HDMI cord for $40 that you could get online for 10.
Why aren't people just going to AliExpress then and buying it there? Because do you have to like buy bulk there?
Bulk is where you can get it the cheapest.
Yeah.
The more you buy, the cheaper it is, like up to like 1,000+ items.
Holy shit, dude.
Which people will do with like smaller things and then drop
Yeah.
ship it and sell it here. So I guess the thing with AliExpress is like, 1, you don't know exactly the quality of the product.
Uh-huh.
2 is you can what is it? So quality of the product, it can
you
have
got
like
it.
bad chemicals and things because it's made out of the States, and so it doesn't have the same parameters for
quality and
quality
shit.
of that.
This is lead. No, it's not lead.
It's not
because
lead.
I said so.
It's lead paint.
lead. Oh, we didn't use lead. We used mercury. It's way better.
Yeah, and so you could get something and you're like, oh, I really need this, and then it's just like the wrong thing because they just took a random image and put it on
Okay.
there. So,
Yeah.
and then also it can take a long time. Sometimes it can take 3 weeks. Sometimes it could be like a couple months before the stuff gets to you.
Jesus.
So, there is that risk. And so it's like the drop shippers have taken a little bit of the risk and they're, putting these things up to 10 times as much to get a huge profit because it takes capital, it takes space. They also usually are shipping it themselves.
Yeah.
It's gotten to a point which I wish I knew what the app was called, but I added it to my Google Chrome, and it's actually able to view like the seller, and so it'll look at the seller, it'll look at the comments, and like determine if it's like bots that have been doing it or if it was a previous item, and it'll actually give it like a grade from like A to F.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
And
cool.
it's amazing. I've
I like
actually
that.
I've been able to find so many things that I was like, oh, here's something that has 60,000 reviews and it's a 4.7 and it's like rated C, and I can like look at the stuff and it's like, yeah, this used to be a different product, and the people now are saying that's really not that great, but there is a lot of like bot comments that are kind of the same thing of like unverified purchasers.
Mm-hmm. I saw that today. I was looking at pressure washers online, and like you Google it, and it comes up with like 10 on the top row or whatever.
Yeah.
Every single one of those, they'll do like the item, the description, the review stars, and then like a little quote underneath it. Every single one was like, great product, easy to use. Great product, easy to use. I'm like, Jesus. I want somebody to be like, yeah, I broke my toe with it, but it works good. Like, that's a review.
Yeah. So it's just like there's been so much of a push to do this, which I don't know. It's basically that capitalistic nature that people are just kind of being like, I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you just made yourself the middleman at a smaller scale.
I feel like, I don't know. I think that it may be like ruining it, but it sounds like something I could get behind. Like, if it's a good way to make money, dude, making money's fucking hard. I don't want to be a server forever. So I could like, if that is something that's easy to get into, obviously people are going to get into it. And like, I feel like it pushes people more to like maybe try to shop locally and
Yeah.
do stuff like that. But I'm not on Amazon. I don't know about that stuff, but
Yeah, I mean, it has definitely pushed me to try and find more local options when it comes to things. But, sometimes just with those online deals, it's hard to beat. Prime Day is coming up,
That's
and,
fair.
I could use a 7th Xbox controller.
Costco,
Costco, yeah, I mean,
they got great deals there.
I could probably just buy 7 controllers there.
Fucking love Costco, dude.
They'd be like,
God.
yeah, we have a whole bulk 10 controllers for $15.
Sold.
Well, that's like the 4th of July party we went to. Those guys had 2 battery-powered bubble machines. And it was like, yeah, it was like $20 for both of them.
That's
I'm like,
actually sick.
that's perfect. You go to Costco, and I'm like, I would buy 2 bubble machines. 100%.
Why not?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like one's $20. We got to get 7. Like load up the cart.
I'm honestly thinking about getting one of those for base. Like,
Oh,
Dude, that'd be
so
so
cool.
sick.
It was rad. It was just like a curtain of bubbles.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let you have it in the venue, though.
well, not in the venue, but
No, but in campground.
in
like-
the campground.
Once we're back,
Yeah.
oh, this is so sick.
I mean,
Yeah.
we'll talk to our chef Sam over there and be like, "Hey, buddy, can you get us like on the cart and just let us run around?" And he's like,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
all right, I'll drive you."
Bubbling people.
Ugh.
You don't even need to shower.
No.
You just bubble
Bubbles,
somebody. Here you go, clean.
You're like, this is dish soap in here. You'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Oh my God, could you imagine that? Like mobile shower, like $2, like just
Yeah.
Venmo $2.
Bubble somebody and then just like, all right, go hit the sprinkler.
Yeah.
There you go. Done.
All right. I mean,
Honestly,
forget
fix
drop
the
shipping.
shower problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, people like at the back of the line. Hey, got a shower here if you want it.
It's just a bubble gun.
Dude, we could make money there actually if we had like one of the nice car showers and
Oh, yeah.
everyone like, hey, $2 a shower at ours, but then
Yeah.
we'd have like a bunch of fucking wet strangers at our place and like I'm also good on that. I
You
suppose.
lost me at wet strangers.
Yeah, you're like, I'm
Yeah.
okay.
I only like wet homies.
guys the shower people? No,
No.
not anymore.
You were closed, but you got a line right there.
We were shower people for like a minute.
We're done with that now. Very strange people rolled up.
Yeah, can I borrow your towel and dry off?
No.
That's $5.
Yeah. So. Yeah. I drop shipping.
All right.
Fuck drop shipping.
Fuck drop shipping. Oh my god, I keep opening my phone to that just like terrible. So I'll get a little context for a few of the hot takes that I wanted. I just screenshotted a couple of them on Reddit, which like the influencer one is on the bottom, and these hot takes are everywhere. So the top one is racism is completely natural.
I saw that one today. I was going through the same thread, I think.
So I have that screenshot. I just pull up and I'm like,
there was one
that's
is
not
like,
my hot
I'm
take.
not racist, but I was like, oh, I should click on this just to see what's up.
Yeah.
It's going to be heinous. It's like
Yeah.
the most racist thing I've ever heard.
It is. It's like, oh my god, like why do you have this?
So what did you really screenshot?
I think people who wear pure white underwear trust themselves a little too much.
I think that's valid.
Like, that's damn.
You know what? I don't even think it's that they trust themselves. I think they just don't care.
You might be onto something. I think it's like black and white, 50-50. You either
Ooh.
trust yourself or you don't give a
care.
shit. There's
Yeah.
no in between. The gray area in between is no white underwear. We plan ahead.
Yeah, because I mean, one day you're just you're tooting, you're having a good time, and
Yeah.
then you're taking off your pants, and someone's like, "Hey, you got a little thing there."
Got some shit in your pants.
You're like, "Oh God."
You have one too many canned green beans.
Yeah, dude. It's
You
just
shit
game
your
over.
pants.
I don't know. I know too many adult friends of mine, and well, ours, that have shit their pants. So that's not something I'd be willing to test out.
No, fuck no.
I mean, everyone shits their pants every so often. It just
Like,
it just
it's gonna
happens.
happen.
Yeah.
Like your body just doesn't like what you ate one day, or you ate something bad and you weren't really expecting it, but you're like, hey, I'm gonna do a little cartwheel.
Or you just suck at fucking wiping your ass. Just bad at it.
Oh my god.
Like one of those times that you're just wiping and it's like a marker, it's just not stopping. And you're like,
What do they call it? A mud flap or something? Skid mark.
Skid
yeah.
mud flap.
Mud flaps when you wipe forward.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's also like you sweat, and you got sweaty underwear, and like if you ever have white shirt, you sweat in it, it turns fucking yellow. Like I don't.
yeah.
I personally don't understand white clothing. Like I get it if that's people's thing, but if it's on me, it's gonna get fucking dirty.
Yeah. I've
So-
had this shit. It's not white, but I've had it for like 2 weeks and it's like fucked already on the sleeves, dude.
Damn.
Yeah.
I just washed it. I still see stains and shit on it. But
Is that
yeah.
like one of those sun hoodie things?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah.
I got it fucking Sierra for like $12.
Oh my god.
What?
Yeah, I wear it all the time, dude.
I gotta go there. I gotta
We
get
gotta
one
go.
of those.
Yeah,
I-
for
I-
fishing, dude, you just
Yeah.
like put the little hood up. And like, I mean, it's hot as fuck in here, but I'm not like,
Yeah.
it's like non-cotton, like it's perfect.
Yeah, I need to get one. I was down in California a couple weeks ago, and last time I was in California, I bought this California basically like sun sweatshirt kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like so light. Like I was wearing that all the time,
Mm-hmm.
even though I mean it wasn't too hot, but like it was so comfy. And yeah, now I'm up here. I'm just like, nah.
Yeah.
Dude, they have
I
a
need it.
bunch of them, like different colors and shit. Like I fucking love this thing. Like, should promote this on the show and then drop ship it.
Yeah, you're like, actually, I got it for on sale, $30. You can too.
Every shipment gets a free can of green beans.
Yeah, there you go.
God.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot on that one. That was just kind of,
A funny one.
it was just a funny
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, I like that.
Like
though.
that, I was scrolling through like however many, and it just was
Uh-huh.
like,
Like, oh,
this
that's
made
good.
me laugh. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
good. I want to talk about this. Yeah, I don't do that.
I'm not a big whitey tighty guy.
No.
Yeah,
No.
I think even back in the day, I'd be like, I mean, I didn't buy my own clothes back then, but it's like as a kid, it's just like, yeah, I want at least gray.
Yeah, I always had
At
darker
the very
stuff.
least,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
over time, it's gonna fucking stain if it's white, no matter what, even if you don't fucking shit your pants. Like,
Yeah. Like I
I-
said, you sweat, you get
Yeah.
dirty.
You're not shitting your pants, but you're doing shit in your pants. Like,
Yeah.
like I run through white socks constantly
Mm.
because they get fucking gross, like
yeah.
dirty.
I can't do
Where
white
my black
socks.
socks will last so long. It's the same thing with underwear, dude. Like,
Yeah.
you don't want to be buying underwear all the fucking time.
No.
no.
Get that antimicrobial fucking non-cotton
Mhm.
ex officio. That's what I'm rocking. It's like light as a feather.
Damn,
Sometimes I forget that I'm wearing underwear and I'm like, oh shit.
you're like, I am wearing
Oh, we're good.
underwear today.
Yeah. gotta let the area breathe.
Wait,
That's fair.
no one's cupping my balls. Oh wait, yeah, they are.
Oh wait.
Oh, there it is. Okay, thank God. Well, shall I?
Yeah, go for it.
Give her.
Okay. Beer and wine is tolerable at best.
Okay.
Ooh, all right.
That's
Uh,
probably my hottest take.
That's very toasty.
Yeah, that's,
I think beer, there's a time and a place. Like sometimes I can like really enjoy a beer, but most of the time, like beer just simply is not that good. And I think like especially with like the double IPA, triple IPA community,
Oh
those people are liars. They don't like what they're drinking.
no.
One of my homies is into doubles, and every time he takes a sip, he's like, this is so good. I'm like,
Like
shut the
winces.
fuck up. Like, actually,
You're suffering to enjoy it.
yeah, you don't like it. It
It's
tastes like you poured vodka in your beer,
Yeah.
which is worse than an actual beer.
Well, the
But-
triple IPAs just taste like they didn't even refine it or anything. It just tastes like hop water.
you're
yeah.
just chewing hops. At
It's
that point.
nasty. This
I
stuff's
don't-
so gross.
But even just like I don't regular beer just it isn't that good. It really isn't. Or wine. Some wine's okay, but okay at best.
You got to get good wine. Like there is a
Yeah.
huge difference. My dad and my uncle would always get different bottles of wine and like try them, and
Yeah.
they drank way too much wine. But they would let me taste it because I would just like, what is this? And they're like, this is a Merlot. This is a fun one. So, I got to know wines like growing up, and there is totally a difference between more expensive wines and different blends and like just different wines in general.
Yeah.
And pairing it with a meal totally makes sense. Like you can't just do one with the other. You have to get it right.
Yeah.
Complement each other.
They have to complement each other. It's crazy. But I don't wine to me is like a fancy thing.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't if you have dinner every night with your family or whatever, like I don't really know if that calls for a wine.
My parent
Glass?
calls it for a wine.
Like maybe yeah, maybe. And maybe I'm just not old enough and like
yeah.
I haven't worked 1,000 years of my life already. I'm like, I just want a fucking glass of wine. But like I don't know. To me that's more of a fancy thing. Like I have it in I used to go to my friend's house and we'd have like a charcuterie board.
Yeah.
Do
yeah.
a bottle of wine and a coochie board or whatever you
Yeah,
call it.
charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie board. And like that shit was good and
Yeah.
it worked and it made sense. But yeah, like I don't know, I can't just
Yeah. I've had times where I've like enjoyed both. Like if I'm like camping or floating the river, like I want to be drinking a beer. I can enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
But probably because I'm like in this space where it's enjoyable. Where if I'm sitting at home, I will not ever fucking drink a beer. Like
Yeah.
I won't like it. It won't taste good to me. Like it did take me a really long time to even be able to drink beer. I thought it
yeah.
tasted like fucking shit.
yeah.
But even now I'm like, I could probably go the rest of my life without drinking another sip of beer and be fine. Because cocktails are just simply better.
You say that now, but once you start dirt biking with us,
Well,
you're gonna get up
that's
there and
what
be
I'm
like, I
saying.
need a beer, man.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm in a time or place, yes,
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
enjoy it. Like, I want a Corona on the beach.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's needed.
You gotta have a Corona on the beach, Montucky in the mountains.
Yeah.
That's
I
just
am
the way it
not
goes.
counting micheladas in this, though. I do love micheladas.
Oh,
I could
okay.
drink those shits every single day.
Yeah.
But
tasty.
I think cocktails are just like far superior. They taste better. They make you feel better.
yeah.
They're just better.
They're just more potent.
Yeah, I'm definitely a cocktail I couldn't think of another word to start with C. I'm a cocktail boy.
You're a cocktail weenie.
I'm a cocktail weenie. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me super long time to be able to actually enjoy beer.
Yeah.
But that's because most of the time when people gave me beer was kind of in that like sedentary, like not really doing anything
Yeah.
position. But I mean, the other day I helped 2 friends move in one day.
Mhm.
And so
That's
after
crazy.
the second move, I'm a good guy.
You're so nice.
Yeah, you guys can tell me that.
I don't-
God, give it to me. I need
God, you're such a good guy.
What's your name
God.
again?
it. Jim.
Oh, okay.
Jim's
you're
moving
all right.
company. But then afterwards, they're like, "Hey, you want anything?" And I was just like, "I saw a beer in there. Give it to me." And it hit the spot.
Yep.
I was like, "I get this."
Yep.
But yeah, I will say though that I don't really like regular beers. I'm not part of the LGBT triple IPA community, so I can't really mess with the IPAs like that. But I do love me a sour beer. Oh my god.
Sours are good. I do
Oh,
like
really?
hazies quite a lot.
Yeah.
I don't like a regular IPA, but a hazy, like up on the mountain, dude. Like
Yeah.
12 o'clock, we take lunch, and I get a hazy every time. I'm like, oh, I feel so good now, dude. I'm
Yeah.
gonna like throw a backflip.
Yeah.
Because it fills you up and it just gives you a little bit of confidence.
Yeah.
Enough. And
You're
that's what the beers do for dirt biking.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like, all right, we're dying. We should crush a beer. And then we get on and we're like,
I feel great
I'll
now.
fucking ride anywhere. Who
Yeah.
cares?
That's valid.
Yeah.
I think a cocktail could do that for me, and I'd feel like way better though.
Yeah.
But
That's
like,
one of the guys, one of the gals we ride with. She always has,
those like cutthroats or whatever.
no, she always has a flask, and I can't remember what it is. It's like, it's a certain tequila. I can't remember the
God.
name. Yeah, and I'm like, I hate hard alcohol,
Yeah.
but when I'm up there, I'm like,
I'll take a little sip
pass,
of that.
pass me that there flask. thing.
Yeah.
And you do, and you're like, oh shit, all right, let's go.
I'm gonna ride fast.
Yeah,
Is it like a smooth tequila or?
it's awful.
Okay, yeah. 'Cause
It's like-
But it to them, it's a good tequila. But to me, all hard alcohol is the worst thing ever.
That's fair.
It's fucking paint thinner. I would rather drink. I have like brake cleaner that I use to
to
clean.
drink.
I would rather drink brake cleaner, and that shit is legitimately caustic. It's flammable.
I mean, so
Yeah.
is alcohol, but
Yeah, but it's brake clean's fun to light on fire.
good
just-
to know.
Just saying.
Yeah, I will say if anyone's like I really don't like wine, it's kind of meh. I even brought this onto you, Coley, but like Brown Cellars,
Yes.
they have a cheaper bottle that's usually like a year old, maybe 2 years old. That is around like $20 to $30. If you're having like a nice evening or something, get that. Like it's red. It's a red. I forget which kind of red. They do a couple of different reds, but
I think that was a Pinot Noir.
okay.
Oh.
But it's smooth. It's tasty. Like it doesn't feel like you're drinking wine.
Yeah.
Like that's when I definitely recommend if you're
That's a
just
solid
like
wine. That is so good.
Yeah.
So
When we were in
fucking
Europe,
good.
I got into rosés, which I thought I
Ooh.
would never get into because I was
Yeah.
like, this is just trash.
yeah.
But in Europe, they have like proper rosé.
yeah.
That shit's actually fucking fire, dude. It's so good. Like it's
Yeah.
light, and you can pair it with like almost anything.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's the vodka of wine.
yeah,
Yeah.
actually. But big rosé guy.
Big rosé guy now.
Yeah. And Shard. Shard's just easy.
Ooh, yeah.
Reds,
Chardonnay.
not a red guy. I
Oh,
do, unless
so
it's like
good.
an expensive Merlot,
Mm.
like a dry, crisp Merlot. I'm
Yeah.
done with. But
Merlots are hard for sure.
yeah, but like a Cab or Pinot Noir, I'm like, I am good on that shit.
I'm such a sucker for Pinot Noir now.
Yeah.
God damn, that shit's good.
You're
Oh.
cultured.
Oh, so good. I should put some Pinot Noir in a flask and go
You're like,
dirt biking.
I should grab some
That-
right now.
I mean, come summertime, that thing. I mean, hopefully the flask is like insulated because
Not at all.
oh my god.
I mean, you
You're
want
gonna
some
be-
boiled wine?
Yeah.
Delicious.
Mulled wine's pretty fucking good.
Mulled wine?
I tried that in Europe too. It's literally just boiled wine.
Huh.
Weird.
It's really good, dude.
I'm-
It's like
I made you a pot of wine.
it tastes
you
like a
pot of wine?
Christmas drink, dude. They like
Huh.
put different spices and shit in it. It's like
Huh.
it's really good.
Okay, that actually sounds kind of good.
Yeah.
All right, Chloe, we're going to Europe.
all right.
I'll take you guys around. I know the spots.
Hell yeah.
There's
let's go.
one spot in Paris with like the best mulled wine.
Okay.
We'll go there.
I mean, no. We were just talking about you want to go alone.
Yeah, it's
So
okay.
why don't you
Well,
go alone?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys meet me there, it's fine. But
you can't go back on your comment now.
I mean, hey, no, we go in the restaurant. We're like, hey, can we get 3 tables? You're like, table for 3? No, 3 tables.
yeah, we don't eat together. Maybe I was just too like immature back then to travel with people.
Mm.
It could be that. I'd probably be fine now, so we should go.
yeah. All right, let's go get some wine.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to fuck off and go to the beach while we're looking at art, feel free.
I'll be at the beach. Fuck art, dude.
Okay, yeah, I don't.
We had a
wanna-
whole
I don't
thing
wanna-
about how art is expensive and like, what was it? The banana that's duct taped to a canvas is like $6 million or something like that.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
are you
yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
kidding me?
We went to one art museum in Barcelona. It was like
In
pop
Barcelona.
art, and it was really fucking sick.
Ooh.
Like
Yeah.
contemporary. Like I fuck with that shit. It's more like if you've seen one Renaissance painting, you've seen them all.
Yeah.
But you want to see one at least. Like
Yeah.
it's cool.
Yeah.
But the churches are cooler in my opinion.
Oh yeah, that
The
architecture.
churches in Europe are so sick, dude.
architecture.
And I am not
God.
religious at all, but like I will stop at every fucking church.
They pop off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are real cool.
Oh,
All right.
Next one.
Yeah. So it's only get slightly political.
Is this
This is my last
the
one.
last one? Okay, and then
So we're
we
on
both have
we're on our
one.
last
Okay.
ones here.
Alrighty.
Ranked choice voting would save this country.
What's ranked choice?
So ranked choice voting is basically they take all the candidates and say, hey, here's all the parties, every single candidate that's on the ballot. Pick your top 3 candidates from.
Oh, I
any
just
of
heard
them.
about this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's like that's smart as fuck. Was
Yeah.
that I probably watched the same video or a similar one. It's Andrew something. He ran a couple years ago was talking about that. It's like actually super interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched a lot of political videos lately, but this is just something that I've held for I feel like a long time. Just because I feel like with American politics, the founding fathers didn't want to have a 2-party system.
Yeah.
and then literally after George Washington got out, they're like, all right, 2-party system,
Mm-hmm.
and so
Doesn't make sense.
it's been hard because it's like and I was talking with Coley with this. It's like, for example, say you are a Republican and you're like, well, I don't really want Trump to be our president, and all the other candidates went out, but I really don't want Biden to be president. I've hated him since day one, so
Yeah.
I'll vote for Trump. Or vice versa. It's like, oh, Biden, he doesn't really follow my same politics, but he's left leaning and I like those policies, and
Yeah.
he kind of talks about them, and I really hate Trump, so I'm going to go with Biden.
Yeah. The whole system's just like super stagnant, dude. Like which I'm sure
ridiculous.
everyone kind of feels the same, whether it doesn't matter what side you're on. But like, if we implemented that, like you would actually have like a choice. Not like we don't have a choice, but it's like, I mean, myself, I don't want to fucking vote for either of them. Like,
No,
I
no
fucking
way.
hate Trump, and
Yeah.
and Biden's like fucking senile,
He's dead already.
and he also like does a bunch of whack shit that I don't agree with at all. Like
Yeah.
morally, I don't know how I'm gonna vote for him, but I'm not gonna vote for Trump. So it's like, it'd be
Yeah.
real cool if we like actually had a ranked system where it's like, hey, these are like younger minds with better ideas who are actually like trying to progress our country instead of 2 old fucking dudes who aren't doing anything that me as a 27-year-old cares about at all.
yeah.
But
We're just voting based on like what we think the less shitty candidate is.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's fucking horrible.
And it's every single time it's been lesser of 2 evils, lesser of 2 evils, lesser of 2 evils. And
Yeah.
with ranked choice voting, you're actually able to be like, you know what, that Green Party candidate that I really align with, they can be my number 1. I'm really scared of Trump, so Biden could be my number 2. Or like, hey, if Bernie was still running, like that's my number 2, and then number 3, Biden, just in case, to get him those kind of
Yeah.
third level support.
Mm-hmm.
Or even if you're like someone that's kind of more in the middle and you're like, I really like this Republican candidate, So I'm going to vote for them. But I also like this Democratic candidate, and I want them to get on to that final ballot, and so vote for them. And so you're able to have that just mixture of things, and it allows, I think, for better discourse. I feel like you're able to get this kind of like fringe politics where it's one side or the other kind of pushed away. And
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, because I mean, like, I will say I do not know a lot about the political structures of other countries, but you can see, like, even recently with like the French vote that they did a couple days ago, like they have like 4 or 5 different parties that are in power, and like you can actually have multiple parties combined together to be a slightly bigger party to try and get more of their candidates in.
And they're like all legitimate people to vote for too. Like I could vote third party and be like, I might as well just like torch my fucking ballot. But
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know what country it is. I think it's in South America. They are doing this. And the person who got the second most votes in like the whole election ended up winning because they were ranked higher in the system than the person with the most votes.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I find that interesting. Like it'd be cool to like politically, like you don't have like the Democratic Party pumping all their money into this one person that's the only person you have.
Yeah.
Or like I don't know, just I don't see it changing in America, but it'd be nice to like have a system with a better or more choices for regular people. Like
Yeah.
because our system's fucking whack, dude. It's so fucked.
It's horrible.
Yeah, which is, you know, why my hot take is that I really think if we just implemented ranked choice voting, it would entirely change the political landscape, and it would actually benefit more people.
Yeah. Or we could split our country into like 5 countries and have 5 different presidents for each country.
Oh, there we go.
Like set it
That'd
up
work.
more like Europe, where it's like we have the EU, but then you have people running every single country independently. Like
Yeah.
it'd be cool to do something like that, because like PNW people are not the same as the fucking dirty South. Like
Not
we
at
are
all.
not. We need different representatives and shit, because we have like different problems and different things, issues we're trying to take care of. But
Mhm.
yeah, which I
dude,
guess
the
that's,
whole system's just like
It's so aggravating.
yeah. I mean, that's what Congress is supposed to do, is kind of that's how you represent all of them. But then it
Supposed
doesn't
to.
really get any representation. Yeah,
and we're white men too. We get great representation,
oh yeah, no, I'm represented everywhere.
Yeah.
but
but it still feels like there's a lot of issues that could be taken care of if we had like people who cared about it, I suppose. Like I don't know, like Biden's not going to give a fuck what's happening in Seattle right now.
Biden's not going to know what's happening in Seattle.
No,
Biden doesn't
exactly.
know what's happening at any
Period.
time in his
in
life.
his home.
Ever.
Yeah.
Biden has no idea where he is. And I mean, Trump doesn't either. He's just out of
He
his
talks
mind.
better, I suppose.
I don't
His
know.
rhetoric's really fucked though.
I want to
Yeah.
figure out whatever like drug cocktail they have him on, because like when I'm having like a slouch day at work, I'd love to just be like,
Like I
Fucking
feel
go.
great now.
Let me tell you about everything. Yeah.
let me tell you about the roads.
That's called Adderall.
Oh, fuck, he's just on a little bit of Adderall.
He's just buzzing up there. That's why he can't say anything, right? He's got too many thoughts running around all the
Yeah.
time.
Oh,
It's the
God.
complete
Well-
opposite. Biden has nothing, and Trump has all of them at
Yeah.
once.
Trump's probably on blow.
Poor guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you just feel bad for them.
Their life's so hard.
I don't feel bad for him.
Me
They're
neither.
1,000 years old.
Fuck them.
They should have died like 10 years ago of old age.
I mean, who
Or-
says that they didn't?
Ooh.
I actually, there's the people I used to work with had a conspiracy that Biden was a puppet, like literally a meat suit
Meat
over
puppet.
somebody. It was a meat puppet. And I was like, that's funny. And they're like, no. You watch these videos and you'll see like his eyes don't move the same way
No,
they should.
dead ass,
Yeah,
bro.
exactly. And I'm like, oh fuck, I work with you people. Oh my god.
You're like, can we talk about anything else, please?
Yeah, and that's like, I support your hot take, but because the politics and all that is so fucked right now, I can't care about it. I literally can't, because it just, like, any way you think about it right now, it just makes me upset.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I can't worry about this.
Which, I mean, I guess that's also my hot take is if politics and stuff is really getting you riled up and like like really impacting you like physically and mentally, I think it's okay to just take a step back.
Oh yeah,
Like it's okay to be informed and know what's going on and form your own opinion on things.
yeah.
But you know, I really don't think us humans were wired to know about every single thing that's going on and to be able to have opinion on everything that's going on and have this really big understanding of everything that's supposed to be going on.
Yeah. I think it's fine to take a step back, but like as long as you're not taking a step back and not like voting.
Yeah.
Because like I have a lot of friends,
I vote. Yeah.
or I had old friends. We're not really friends anymore because of these reasons too. Like if you're a very like politically opinionated person, but you don't vote, like shut the fuck up. Actually, like
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what you think, because if you're not taking those opinions and writing them on a fucking ballot, you shouldn't have fucking opinions.
Well, what's the point if they're
Why are you-
just arguing with you and not
Like, why are
going
you
anywhere?
telling me things that like the president's actually pressed on
Yeah,
if you don't vote, bro?
Yeah.
Like
It
you
doesn't make
look
sense.
like a dork.
you look like a dork.
Like actually, like dude, that shit. But I have like during the first Trump election, that was me, dude. I thought I was like spiraling out of control. I was like, okay, I need to like, but I
Yeah.
feel like I'm pretty well informed about politics still, which like I'm happy about, but it's hard. Like 2 weeks ago, whenever they had their debate, I was just like, I'm going to rip my hair out.
I don't even think it was 2 weeks ago. It was like a week.
Or a week.
Like, but it feels
Yeah. Twitter popped that night though. It was pretty funny, like the memes, but it's also really sad.
Yeah, I've got a couple screenshots of just like what Trump said, and if you read it, it does not make sense.
No, it's crazy
He never finishes a
rambling,
thought.
dude.
It's just rambling.
It
and, like,
feels like when
it's
you're watching a
insane.
fucking Family Guy episode, like trying to follow the plot,
yeah,
but there's so many little like cut scenes where you're like, I don't even know what the fuck's going on anymore.
yeah, like there's too many tangents. There's too many little side stories.
Just get to the point.
Yeah. The point is water is bad, and you're like, what?
Like, well, okay.
would you rather be electrocuted by the boat or would you rather be eaten by the sharks?
Oh yeah, that one. Did I talk about that on
Yeah.
the podcast?
I don't know if you talked about it on the pod. Wait, I think you did.
I think I did
Because
talk
you were
about
trying to
it on
pull
the
it up
podcast.
and Keenan's like, what? I don't
Oh yeah, God, I don't remember what episode that was in, but yeah, basically he was like, if you're going down on a boat that's fully electric, is it better to stay on the boat and get electrocuted or jump into the water and get eaten by a
Oh,
shark?
electrocuted. 100%.
Yeah, you're done.
100%.
But
If you're gonna die,
the guy who was telling it to was the owner of the company or something, and he was just like, what?
you're like,
What
I
do you-
can't answer that.
Yeah, it's like the shark's right there. It's 10 feet away. It's right there. But if you go down, you get electrocuted. I don't want to die. And you're like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, my boats are good, I guess, to
Uh-huh.
answer your question, which was, yeah, it's just fucking insane.
Well, I agree with you.
It
Yeah.
makes me sad.
I think at the very least, if we could implement ranked choice voting at like a local level and show people like what change it can do just in their community, it
Yeah.
could be something that's a little bit bigger.
I mean, even local voting's like way better set up than like top level. Like, I feel like on our local ballots, like there's like a lot of choices on there. In my opinion, it's less
Yeah.
like polarizing. It's like because it's people who know the community and know what help needs to be happening in the community. Where like if you have like 300 million Americans you need to like govern, it's like you're not gonna know. Or even like our state representatives sometimes like they know what's happening in Seattle.
Yeah, and
They
that's-
don't know what we need in Bellingham,
Yeah,
which
Yeah.
we've got it pretty good thankfully up here, but like
Yeah.
I'm sure there's legislation that we could use here, but
oh yeah,
yeah, but
One person can't control everybody.
no.
It's not possible.
but boy golly, will they try?
Yeah, and do a terrible job.
It'd be nice if the House and the Senate agreed on anything too. That doesn't help.
Even when during the 2016 when Trump had both the House and the Senate, they still couldn't get stuff
I know.
going.
They're like, we think people should eat enough food. They're like, fuck you. It's like, okay.
Never mind then, I guess.
Like,
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
that was dumb. Sorry.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, that was a stupid idea. I don't know why I brought that up.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to eat food if you have a lot of lawns.
Yeah. Hell of a transition. My hot take, final one, and this hurts me. This is a decision I've come to that hurts. I think like well manicured, perfect lawns are wrong.
Ah,
Yeah, it hurts me because I grew up like, well, my dad was like, I don't want to fucking go mow the lawn. And so I was like, I don't want to do this. And then I got really into lawn care.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh my God, like knowing the pH of the soil and like growing the right thing. I was like very into lawns. But now as I'm older, I'm like, there's no ecosystem though.
No.
There's no, like you have flies.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. If you have a cool yard, like my mom's has a front yard that's pretty well taken care of, but the backyard we're growing clover.
Oh, yeah.
So it's all white clover and different stuff, and that like brings in honeybees, and it gives my dog something to chase.
Yeah.
And you get like with the honeybees and different bugs, you get dragonflies and you get butterflies and you get all these. We have hummingbirds and shit. Like
Mhm.
it's so much better to sit out there and just like there's a lot of bugs, but it's
You
thriving.
have a habitat. Like,
yeah, you have a habitat.
like back home, our front yard it's like a regular yard, but our backyard's like all sagebrush and just like unkept mountain.
Yeah,
And we have like deer and elk and fucking squirrels and chipmunks. Like it's so sick, dude.
Yeah. that's a yard.
Like that's how it should be. And like I'm down with like a nice yard. Like I like it. I like laying in the yard and shit. Like I can't do that in my backyard back home.
Yeah,
But also like like manicuring a yard or keeping it nice like uses so much fucking water too. Like it's
so
fucked.
much water.
And also like a yard with like a bunch of wildflowers and shit looks so sick.
Yeah, it's beautiful because otherwise you're looking at, wow, that's green.
it's grass.
Wow, that's also green. Like,
Look at all the green everywhere.
it's ridiculous. And another thing that, like the guy that my mom bought the house from, nice guy, but he had in-ground irrigation system.
Oh.
So his lawn was like, it was tits when we got there, but now it's destroyed because the dogs run on it. But we cut back a shitload of the lawn because it was edge to edge lawn, and we've cut a ton of it back and made big beds. So now there's all kinds of flowers and like hydrangeas and fucking roses, and
Yeah.
like it looks so much cooler.
I feel like that's how it should be. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like it's kind of cool to just have like natural flowering or just regular plants in your yard. Like it may look unkept to some people, but it's like how it's supposed to be.
It's
Yeah.
normal. It's really cool.
But I do be like if I had a big yard to play spike ball in, I'd be so hyped.
Yeah.
That'd be so nice.
I think there's a fine difference. Like you gotta have a front yard and a backyard.
Yeah.
The front yard, if it's the way your house is built, front yard is on the street, everybody can see it. That one, you can keep that nice. You can keep it looking like a golf course,
Yeah.
looking real good. Play some spike ball. You can lay in it, soft grass.
Mm-hmm.
But the backyard's gonna be free range. I don't
Yeah.
know who or what is living
Just
in my
whatever.
backyard.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Well, yeah. If you're like not in an HOA, definitely natural yard.
Yeah.
HOA's fucked like anyone who wants a regular yard.
She's in a HOA,
Yeah.
but it's a closed off backyard.
My parents are in an HOA too, but
Fuck
you can't like
HOAs.
manage a fucking mountain in the backyard. Like it's literally like this steep. It's like
Jeez.
walking upstairs to go
Can
up.
you mow your mountain?
Like you can go fuck yourself.
Bitch, no.
Oh my god, I hated doing that because did you ever go to my my parents' first house? Well, it wasn't their first house, but first house in Bellingham.
Is that the one that was up on the hill, kind of?
I mean, they're both on the hill, but
Well, the other hill.
yeah, the other side of the hill.
Yeah.
It was like brown or something,
Yeah, I think I've been there.
maybe.
Well, yeah, because I went there to drop you off one time for driver's ed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
I never went in, but
Okay, I was gonna say. I mean, that's the important part is the backyard. We also had a hill that was really steep. Like you're almost like on your hands and knees, like
No,
climbing
yeah.
up it. And yeah, I remember one time I think I had like weed whack it. I was like, no.
We're like, this is fucked, actually.
yeah.
Yeah, I hated it. I hated it so much. I mean, I loved the hill because it was the same thing. Like deer would just be back there. Like there was like a family of raccoons that for whatever reason my dad had like a huge gripe with. Like there was like an air rifle next to the door, and my dad's like, if you ever see him, put it in BB, pump it up 10 times, hit him.
So that was us. We did that with airsoft guns and deer because we had a bunch of roses in the yard that I was growing up, and then we had a big, huge thing of grass, but we had a ton of flowers and shit on the outside, and we had one of my older airsoft guns I didn't use was just kept by the back door because we'd have deer walk in, and like you'd have conversation with your family in the middle of it. Somebody would get up and just poof, and then shut the door, and like
damn
nothing
deer.
happened.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, deer's back again.
It's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Fucking deer.
Luckily, we didn't have anything that we were growing back there. We did have apple trees that they loved, but I mean, we never
Yeah.
like picked the apples,
Yeah.
and so they just fall on the ground and rot. And so it's like, thank you, deer, for getting drunk off those apples.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they would just like wobble down the hill and like go to the flat part and just like lay behind our house because it, like covered the sun, and we like go on-
Hammered.
Yeah, I mean, like you like could like almost get close to them,
Like
and they're
stumble down the hill.
I,
That's good.
yeah, they're just like just sitting there, and they're like, "What's up?"
Your house was the bar.
The bar. Yeah.
Bar. Yeah, they're like, all right, man, let's. I'm done eating
They're
in
like,
this
I
field.
want
Let's go
apple
hang out.
cider.
Let's go get hammered and then try to figure out how to get home. Like,
Oh,
all right.
God,
Oh, to be a deer.
to be a deer.
Yeah, but I'm glad we can agree on that because it's for the
Yeah.
bees.
It's for the bees.
It's
Yeah.
for the bees.
I'm very pro bee.
Yeah,
bees.
I
like
fuck with bees, dude.
If we don't have bees, we have nothing. So
Yeah, we're fucked.
yeah.
yeah, like the whole. I mean, you guys are like talking about HOAs. It just reminds me of like how like in the city of Linden, a small town near us, that has like a law. Like if your lawn is a certain amount of height, that they'll like fine you.
That
Yeah.
is such a retired like Republican thing to do.
Well, that's Linden for you.
Like,
and
well,
you
yeah.
can't mow your lawn on Sundays.
Yeah, it's a God's day.
It's God's day.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
I would
That's
mow
why
my
I don't go to
lawn
those parts.
every fucking Sunday without fail.
Like, what are they gonna do? Arrest you
Give you a
or
fine.
a fine?
Yeah.
A fine. That,
I would take it and be like, okay, thanks, rip it, or put it in front of the lawnmower and just mow it over. Like, I'm never gonna pay this.
Yeah.
Like,
You know
fuck
what they
you.
do in Florida with their yards? I was just in Tampa, like probably a month and a half, 2 months ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. I fucking hate it down there, but they just take white pebbles and their whole yard's just pebbles.
Oh, weird.
It's fucking whack, dude. It's like my mom was saying when she was growing up there in like the 80s, it became super popular, and we are like driving through her old neighborhood, and all their yards are just fucking little white pebbles. It was so fucking ugly, dude. Like no other landscaping, no flowers, just fucking rock.
That's awful.
Yeah, hated it. Oh, that whole place just
Move to
fuck that
Utah and
place.
do that.
Yeah,
Well,
just have rocks like
just-
normal.
yeah.
Like
Go to places where rock is.
or just put sand in your yard. Like you have enough sand in Florida. Like I
Yeah.
get it's hard to like have grass there, but like, dude, rocks,
rocks is the worst.
like gravel.
Yeah,
It's,
that's awful.
God.
You can't play
That
volleyball
was
on
really
that?
weird for me. I was like, what? Why? Like,
Wow.
Dad, why is it like that? He's like, I don't know.
It's Florida, man.
It's just how it is. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I mean the white rocks, they don't like hold in like heat and stuff, so like your overall area can be a little bit colder with them, and
Yeah.
they're really easy to
Yeah.
maintain because it's rocks,
that's fair. It's like,
and like
Yeah.
sand can like clump up and stuff, and
rock don't
I mean
grow.
Huh?
Rock don't grow.
rock
yeah,
don't grow.
It was just, it was odd.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean it's definitely I don't like it either, but it's just like okay, I see where you guys are coming.
I get the
from.
point, I suppose, but it's like these were nice houses too. These weren't like trash. It was like
Yeah.
a really nice house.
Oh damn,
Yeah,
they have
just-
that
I was
aquarium
like-
gravel in there.
Bro, just like go get golf course grass or put turf down,
Put
dude.
turf down.
Put
yeah.
turf.
Ooh, turf it.
You never have to take care of it.
I'm down with turf, dude.
Turf's cool.
If I like ever buy a house with like a really small fenced yard, like I want turf.
That's what exactly what my brother has. It's
Yeah.
so nice.
Or like even my yard now, like the backyard turf would be so nice.
Oh my
Yeah.
Our
god.
grass is really nice now that we got like new shit, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
dude, I like turf.
Turf's cool, man.
Yeah, I love me some turf.
It's good stuff. All right. That's the end of grass talk.
Oh, is it me? Fuck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Send it as the last one.
There is no issue with 86ing toxic family members.
100% agree.
You know, it was kind of funny. Like, I was actually thinking about bringing basically this topic up.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Like-
don't know how. I just thought about it on my way over here. I was like, oh. I mean, like, I do have like some family members I very much disagree with, but I see a lot of things like online where it's like, oh, just like put your differences aside, or like old family like shit aside, and like you're still family. I just think that shit's bullshit. And also like that can like be encompassed by like old friends or any friends too. Like if your friend's being fucking whack, dude, and like it's fucking up your friendship, just
Yeah. Just cut it.
because like I don't know, with family it's hard and there's stuff where you should just like work through, but I think we should move past this whole societal standpoint where like this is your family and you like stick together no matter what. Like I think you should be able to make a choice.
Yeah. What do they say? Blood's thicker than water or
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever?
some shit like
Like
that.
that's fucking stupid. Well, my sister's boyfriend, his mom, I believe, is just like a shitty, shady person, alcoholic,
Yeah.
crazy. His dad's like not in his life either, but
Probably likes IPAs
probably does.
Probably,
Bitch.
yeah.
What a
He's
fucking
like,
nerd.
I love triple IPAs.
and
So
hitting
good, dude.
people.
They go hand in hand. But yeah, like he doesn't. He'll come have Christmas, like any holiday, Thanksgiving. He'll have it with my
Yeah.
family because
Uh-huh.
he's like, I don't want to go be with my family.
Yeah, that's
And we don't talk about it. We're not like, oh, why do you not like your family? It's like, no. I mean, we do get it because we don't really talk to our dad.
yeah,
So we're like, yeah,
yeah.
you don't fucking need a reason.
Mm-hmm.
But it's your family isn't the people who borned you. It's who you choose to be with.
Yeah, I agree.
Like you can call your friends family or your friends family your family. You know?
100%. Like the people, like my best friend Kiefer, I met him when I was like 6 or 7. Like I don't have a brother. He's like my brother,
Yeah.
and his parents are like my second parents. Like
Mm.
I fucking love them like my family, but I don't know, dude. It's just like it's odd to me where it's like it's almost like enabling shitty behavior when you like
Oh, totally.
you expect
Yeah.
like your family members to stick around this one shitty fucking family member. It's like if they want to cut them out, allow them to cut them out and
Yeah.
don't fucking question it, because like I don't know, dude, there's a lot of people who fucking suck.
Yeah.
And like if you're cut out by your family, that's probably your fucking fault.
Yep.
And I think it should be more normalized to like, hey, you're whack, like really whack, you're done.
yeah.
Because I don't see any issue with that at
And-
all.
I hate the the social stigma and the guilt that comes with it. Like I said, I don't really talk to my dad,
Mhm.
and some people are like, "Oh, I'm sorry, like you don't talk to your dad," and I'm like, "Don't pity me.
Yeah, like you don't even know what.
You don't know what the deal was, so
Yeah.
like you should just go, oh, okay,
Yeah,
and move on." Like
Yeah.
I only know the stuff about my sister's boyfriend from talking to my mom.
yeah,
Like I've never asked him, "Oh, why don't you talk to your family members anymore?"
Yeah.
Like, I don't fucking care. I know that he does. That's it.
yeah. And it's probably touchy as fuck anyway. They probably
Yeah.
don't want to talk
Yeah.
about it. Like, I don't know. Like, I have some family members that I haven't like cut out, but I like don't talk to anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's like, yeah, like that. It's shitty, but I get why. Like, it is
Yeah.
what it is. Like,
Sometimes
it-
people suck, man.
and like obviously like you are allowed to feel guilty about it if you want
Mhm.
to, because it's normally a shitty situation. But like I don't know, the whole societal like stick with them no matter what, like no, that person is beat, he's not gonna help, he or she is not gonna help
Yeah.
themselves. Like
they're never gonna change. Like they're dead weight.
yeah,
Yeah, I
Cut them
definitely agree
loose.
with that. There's family that I have that I'm like, yeah, I don't really talk with you anymore.
Yeah.
And, I don't know if they understand that or not, but
Yeah, that's how I am too.
Yeah.
I don't know if they know this or not, but
yeah.
Well,
uh,
it's kind of those people that get cut out really don't understand, and they don't get it why, because it's like they're being cut out because they're selfish or they're ignorant in some way.
or they weren't present in the first place.
Yeah.
Like,
And so they're not there to care about your feelings or whatever your trauma is. They're just like, it doesn't affect me at all. Like, why should I care? And it's
Yeah.
like, well, that's why I don't talk to you, because you don't care.
mm,
I'm like,
and like
Oh.
like I was saying, like same with friends. Like if you have a homie like who has been whack for a really long time, just cut him out. And
Yep.
your life will probably be a lot fucking better. Like
Yep.
yeah. I mean, I had to do that like a year and a half ago. Buddy was on a really good trajectory, and then something just happened. Became insanely alcoholic. Things
Yeah.
were not going well. He was trying to get his life back together, but
Mhm.
not really putting in an effort. And then he was really leaning on me too much.
yeah.
And I mean, I'm a person that will try to help people to the fullest extent that I can.
Yeah.
And he's like the one and only person that I was like, I'm done. Like,
Yeah.
not only do I not want you to talk to you like until you're sober, but I only want to talk to you when you're like actually better.
Yeah. Well, dude, that shit's hard. Like I had a homie like that too who was like putting a lot of like their mental stress on me, which was like a bunch of baggage. And it's like
yeah.
one, like I want to be able to help you and hear you out because you are my friend. But two, like I feel like I'm not like consenting to all this fucking baggage. And it got to the point where I was just like avoiding them all the time, which felt like I was digging a hole, making me feel like guilty and shitty.
Mhm.
But once like we had our falling out, it was like, oh, I feel so much better
Yeah,
now.
the weight
Like,
has been relieved.
Yeah,
the
which,
weight's
like,
lifted.
that was pretty fucking telling. I should have done that shit way quicker.
Right.
But I mean, what are you gonna do? Like having issues with friends or family fucking sucks. But
It's hard. Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
it'll make your life way fucking better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? I think it's okay to admit that. It's like, this person's really dragging me down. I need to, just kind of get away.
Yeah. And like about the person you're talking about, I kind of feel the same way. Like I don't wish them ill will in any way. I'm
Mhm.
not like fuck them. Like I hope they end up in a ditch somewhere. I'm just like I hope they get their life together, but
Yeah.
I can't
Be around for
I
it.
can't be there
Yeah.
for them. I got my own shit going on. Like,
Yeah.
it's the same with my dad. I'm like I don't care what he's doing. I hope he's well,
Yeah.
but I can't.
I feel
do
like
anything about
most
that.
of us, at least in our group, are like that. Like, I don't think any of us are like resentful, like wanting
No.
bad for people. Like, everyone I've like cut out of my life, friends or family, like, obviously I want the best for them. I just don't want to be around for it. Like, you need to figure that shit out on your own.
Yeah.
And I don't need to tell you why I don't want to fucking talk to you.
Yeah, you
It's
should
not my fucking job. You're an adult. Grow up.
Yeah, they shouldn't have a reason.
Yeah. You
Right.
should have figured that out when we were still close.
Yeah.
But
When we told you multiple times, you're an asshole.
when I told you why.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I fully support that. Like, especially I feel like family members. That's a like you were saying. That's a bigger thing
Yeah,
compared to friends. Like, yeah, friends come and go, but like family's there to stay.
yeah,
Not if you
Not-
don't want them to.
yeah.
Yeah, not always.
Not always.
And it doesn't have to be like a big dramatic thing either. It can be like if you decide you aren't comfortable around this person because of whatever reason, it should be fine if you take a step back. Like,
Yeah.
and like you shouldn't be questioned for it. It should just be accepted
yeah.
because you're your own person.
Yeah. Got your own shit. I agree with
Anyways,
that was a good one. That was a hot take for sure.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of failed because we're all just like, yeah, fuck them.
yeah, I
True.
feel like it's definitely a hot take for like our society.
Yeah,
for sure.
there's
Like,
definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
there's people that I know that are like you don't talk to some of your family members? What's wrong with
They're
you?
like, there's nothing wrong with me.
Yeah.
And so what's wrong with them?
That's why I'm not fucking talking to him.
They're like, I know they're like super fucking whack and did all this like super sus shit, but like, really? I'm like, bro, like, are you dead ass right now? Like,
like my dad didn't do this, but it's like, yeah, my dad used to abuse me, beat me, and like threaten to kill me, but I still talk to him.
it just
like,
made you
what?
stronger.
Yeah, like
No.
no, fuck
Cut
no.
that person out.
Like I'm not getting. Oh my god, no. If that happens to me, if I go to a store and that happens to me, and someone is super abusive, and like, I'm not gonna go back to the store.
Yeah.
So why should I do that with family members?
Yeah.
I know it was kind of a piss poor.
Well, it could even be a difference of
but-
opinion, like going back
Yeah,
to
oh,
like,
yeah.
politics shit. Like, I care very deeply about that shit. And I have 3 sisters. I had a family member like say some, in my brain, pretty egregious shit about like women's rights. And I was like, we're done, dude.
Yep.
Like,
I'm out.
I think we've talked like, they came out here to visit one time, but since then I've like not talked to them. It's just like I can't fuck with that at all. Like, I'm okay with having a difference of an opinion, but when it comes down to like morality and like my sisters being able to like have the same rights as me, like if you don't agree with that, respectfully, fuck off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
I feel that.
It's people just need to lighten up.
Fucking lighten up.
Fucking
Yeah,
lighten up.
just
Jesus.
chill.
Yeah.
Chill out.
Go read a book.
Go read a book, fly a kite,
Go travel on your own for a little
travel
bit.
on your own. Eat
Go
some
to a
canned-
therapist.
yeah, definitely. That's okay. That's number one.
Yeah.
We'll move that to the top spot. Go in the woods, find a stick, like a real good stick.
The best steak.
They'll
you can
change
find.
your life.
Go pet a cat or dog.
Yep. There you go. I hope our listeners are like, you know what?
I'm going to do that.
I'm going to do that. I listened to your podcast and I found a stick and a cat in the woods. You're like, what? Oh, you found a cat in the woods? Hold on.
What kind of cat?
It was
Hold on
really
now.
big.
Don't go by that.
Don't. That's a.
They're
That's
like there were bones everywhere. It looked like a den almost. Like,
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It was like under this rock kind of thing. I had to crawl in there and get it. It was real mad.
There are little ones too.
He's not very friendly.
He kept growling, but it was kind of cute.
Yeah, I kind of miss my arm.
Yeah, my arm like it hurts really bad.
It's just a love bite. He loves me a lot.
He was just purring really loud.
I love you too. All right. I think that about sums it up.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Ian, for coming.
Thanks for
coming on
joining
the
us.
pod.
Finally made it.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll have to get you back on here soon.
Yeah, I reckon. I mean, I'm always around unless I'm sick or out of town
Sick, out of town, or we said you were like, I forgot.
or with Keena doing something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
We'll find you though.
Yeah. You know where I live.
We'll
so.
track you down. Yeah, I know where you live.
Do you got anything to plug?
Yeah, I suppose. Well, if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Ian_Scruton. IAN_SCRUTON. Or if you're interested in buying thrifted clothes, I have a whole online thrift shop called Val Street Vintage. It's VAL_STREET_VINTAGE on Instagram. And I have a lot of really sick shit that I really need to sell because it's taking up a lot of room. So please.
Yeah, honestly, check that out. It is some pretty rad shit, like some retro shit there. That
Thank you.
I like it.
If you want it, it's in a box in my garage.
It's in a box. Oh my God.
Well, yeah. Thank you for listening to this episode of What's the Div. Next week, actually, we will be discussing prawns versus shrimp, macro versus micro photography, and I'm gonna butcher this: psilocybin.
There you go.
I'll get it one day.
Yeah.
Psilocybin versus LSD.
Oh, that'll be a good one.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, Keenan's excited for that because he's like, I don't want to do like batteries anymore.
Dude, I
That's
told him
hard.
the other night, I was like, I'm sorry, that shit was like super fucking boring. He's like, I fucking know, dude. Like, I
Yeah.
just thought it sounded cool. And then I started researching that I was too late to switch. And yeah. That was a one topic because I think I've listened to every episode now.
Hell
That was
yeah.
a one topic. I was like, oh my God, make it stop.
Well,
I mean,
that's
even
funny.
him.
He said it too. I listened to that one today in the car, and he was like listing off batteries. He's like, "All right, I'm gonna stop. This is
He's
boring."
like, I'm done.
He's like, "I'm done." No, I'm not. And then he continues to like
Like it's
rattle off
interesting,
batteries.
like scientifically, if you can follow. But I was like I think I was driving to go fishing. I was like, I need to skip this, dude. I can't. Like this is like taking all the joy out
Stop
of my life.
putting me in the mood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of cool to learn about stuff, but yeah, there's a point.
Batteries.
Yeah,
That shit was
batteries.
funny though.
He did it though.
He did a
He
good
came-
job.
he
Yeah,
came through.
I did learn things, but
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, batteries isn't something you're not like. I'm gonna go learn about batteries.
it was
today.
a hard follow up after like light and sound because that shit was like sick as
That was
fuck,
dope, yeah.
dude. Like,
I like that a lot.
yeah,
Yeah, Keenan, you writing notes?
yeah.
No, that's me. I take notes.
Yeah.
Bird are cool. End of notes.
And you're like, bird, cool R. Oh, dang it.
Shit. Yeah, half the notes I can't fucking read.
You're like, what the fuck is that? What does that say?
No, legitimately, I wrote 5 pages on the Raven episode, and the first
Yeah.
page, I was like, I got to rewrite
Like,
this.
why is this just drawings?
It's like it made sense when I was writing it, but it was also like 2:00, and I was rushing.
yeah.
But I'm like, I have hours before the podcast, and I'm like, I got to write this down right now.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I can't fucking read this.
That's fair.
A doctor would be like, yeah, I get it.
I feel like
but-
if I read notes, dude, I'd be fucked.
Yeah.
Like, I would be sitting here like reading note for note. Like whenever I have work meetings, I have sheets of bullet points that I need to go off of, and I'm like, I can't do it, dude. I can't.
Everybody gets a piece of paper, read it.
Yeah,
That's the
that's
meeting.
what I need to do because
Ooh.
I'm up there like sweating. Like I'm not a good public speaker. Like
Popcorn reading.
Yeah.
So you just give them each one. You're like, okay, and all right. So Samantha, you start, and okay, good job, Corey. You're next. Stop stuttering. You can do it.
yeah, come on, one word at a time.
Sound
Some
it
of the
out.
shit I have in the notes, though, I wouldn't want the staff to see. It's kind of mean. Sometimes I'm like, just do your fucking job.
And you're like, do your job, please.
They're doing good.
That's good to hear.
For now.
Have an opinion on something we've already discussed, want to hear one of your topics debated, you can connect with us at whatsthediff.net. Leave us a voicemail. Leave us a voicemail at 802-884-3553, bitch, or send a voice clip to us at hellowhatsthediff@gmail.com.
Just had to throw that in there.
Bitch.
Ever since Keenan did it the first time, he's like, we gotta make a song out of this or something.
Bitch.
Fucking
Like I wanna ISO it so bad.
Just ad lib, like record just bitch, bitch.
I'll do it. Yeah. I'll-
bitch.
Hey, listeners, if you can, go back to all of our episodes, figure out the timestamps where we say bitch, and send it to me, and I will grab those.
There we go.
We just gave them a bunch right now.
Bitch.
So
Oh, yeah.
there we go.
Yeah, except for this episode.
Except for this
Yeah,
episode.
This is a cop out. You can't.
Yeah. No,
This cheating.
any bitch other like before this episode.
Any bitch before this shit.
these were forced bitches, okay?
Yeah.
They're not real.
They're not authentic.
These aren't real bitches. No.
All right. Well, bye.
Bye.